So let's just say, Gizmo, that Alex really likes Samurai Jack Season 5 so far.
Okay.
And yes, we have met Ashi, the extra thick daughter of Aku.
Mhm.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Mehcast, and oh, what a motley crew we are.
Indeed.
Buckshot
and on
Roulette
my
came
end,
out on Steam a little while ago, so I'm playing that today. Well, a couple of days ago. By the way, if anybody else is wanting to, stream this game and needs to run it on multiple monitors, you probably need to turn one of those monitors off and then go into the options menu, go to audio video, and change the game into windowed mode. Because for some reason,
I gotta update my
window.
system. God.
the
Damn
window here, oh, that's unfortunate. The window here was spread across both this monitor and the monitor where I have OBS.
Okay, then.
That's fun.
Don't play City of Heroes.
My sincerest apologies for that bit of weirdness.
And if you're wondering how I found out about this game, I watched a Markiplier video.
And
then
no,
the
it
game
wasn't
not responding.
No. Oh, before you ask, it wasn't Markiplier consuming his own microphone vocoded to Gangsta's Paradise.
Where? What?
What?
You forgot I told you about that, didn't you?
When?
Oh, it's point and click. Jesus fucking Christ.
What makes it roulette if you're gonna be using shotgun?
Our protagonist in this game is aggressive as fuck. Alright?
So what are we doing here, you might wonder?
I'm
Bill,
not.
you're awake! You look like you were asleep. You didn't dream about defeating Smithy, did you?
Toad, I am going to whoop your ass. Toad? Toad.
One live round, 2 blanks. And the game
I'm gonna
froze
need
again.
a few... Alex, I'm gonna need a few rounds myself. Okay.
Okay, so since there are two rounds that are blank, and there's one that is live, which
What
means
in all
that it's a
this
smart
fucking
move
anime
for
titty?
me. Oh, god damn it!
Ugh.
Jesus fucking Christ. Well,
Looks like I gotta go stay at the hotel at the Marymore.
well, I know that there's another blank in here, so I might as well just shoot myself. Yeah, that defibrillator does a real good job of getting the buckshot out of your face and pasting that jaw back on.
Yeah.
You're
No.
wondering why the dealer looks the way he does? That's why. Hey!
Hey, oh, hey,
So
oh,
that
hey.
is 3 live. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
No, thank you.
He shot himself in the fucking face. Oh, you know, I can't make fun of him too much. I did that too. Now we're moving on to the second round.
Oh, hi, Gino. I seem to remember your soul leaving that doll. But I guess that must have been part of the
2
dream.
items each. More items before every load. Cigarettes. Cigarettes.
I guess we gotta go to Star Hill now.
Oh, Jesus.
Keep in mind there. Okay, so to
Right,
explain,
50-50 on this. Means
Oh,
Hey.
well, Alex,
There
to
we go.
explain what had just transpired. So, essentially, the conclusion to Mario RPG was all a dream, and we got to do all this post-game shenanigans.
General release of liability, God. And it's got God's blood all over it.
Oh, this is fucking hilarious. Breaking news. Okay, if this is breaking news, you know how the Smash Brothers Smash Brothers community are known for their hygiene problem, right? Apparently, Yu-Gi-Oh are the same thing.
Okay.
I'm reading this off of a Japanese Twitter post. A Yu-Gi-Oh player posted on X that he met a female player in the Japanese Yu-Gi-Oh Day event. Though a few exchange of pleasantries, it was understood that it was the first time that female player participated in an offline event after playing only Master Duel. However, that female player left the tournament midway. That player was concerned that maybe the meta environment wasn't friendly to new player, and he hopes that the female player wouldn't give up on the game. As opposed to the viral, the female player saw the post and clarified that she leave halfway because she couldn't stand the smell at the venue, not because she was sad for losing her match.
Nope.
And she responded that same female player that left responded, I saw this because it was circulating, but considering the circumstances, it might have been me, but I left halfway through because I couldn't stand the smell. It's not like I lost or was sad. So yeah, it looks like we're gonna add another smelly list.
That's interesting.
The smelly smell.
At least it ain't smell that smells
the
smelly.
At least it ain't anchovies.
So we've got.
Funnily enough, there was a episode of SpongeBob, where SpongeBob apparently got turned into an anchovy by participating with the cult mentality.
Okay.
I know, weird.
What?
First stop, we're going to lock up the dealer, and then we're going to cut off the end of the shotgun here, which cuts off the magazine barrel, but whatever. There we go. 2 damage.
Not even Kulex. Nice how to make a wish here. Well, I know.
Barrel regenerates somehow. Just like somehow Palpatine returned.
We're never letting that one go, are we?
Boom shakalaka.
No. Why? Why would we?
So, Ben is sharing some news about Rooster Teeth in the chat. Apparently, Mr. Beast has bought Rooster Teeth's podcast, The Roast. And apparently, Warner Brothers was attempting to sell no more defibrillators, no more blood transfusions. Where were the blood transfusions coming from? Now you and me are dancing on the edge of death. Hold the fuck up, I never agreed to this. That's what I get for going to a Russian nightclub, I suppose. But, apparently... Oh, I got beer and handcuffs and a magnifying glass. This will make an interesting night on the town. So apparently Warner Brothers attempted to sell off Rooster Teeth before they shut it down, and was denied. Which either means that they didn't get the correct amount of money that they wanted for it, or they they might have been asking too much. They might have been
That's probably asking for too much.
Yeah, probably. Or they might have just not found anybody who was interested at any price. So it seems WBD is attempting to sell it in pieces, but here's the interesting part. While the exact days was debunked, one made by Fiction Gizmo posted about it. I don't know who that is. There does seem to be credibility behind a certain amount of days. I don't know. I don't think that it's necessarily true, based on what I've heard, that there's a time limit behind all of this. Craig alluded to this, saying that there was a timetable and they would need to act quick, meaning that there does seem to be a time limit on rubies like on IPs like Ruby, Red vs. Blue, and Death Battle. Maybe, but Death Battle just announced a new sponsor a little while ago, so I don't know. My theory, if this is correct, is that WBD is upping the price and making these IPs far more than their actual value, making it a get it now forever, and if they fail, tax write-offs potentially on everything or Vault Forever or both. No one wanted to buy Rooster Teeth. They wanted too much potentially. Yeah, this is very strange. Yeah, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to break my, okay. That tells me that I need to do this, because it's past his turn. Now, suppose it's time to beer it up. Oh. Okay.
Oh!
Now, because I was reading the news, I don't remember how many of these there were. I think it was 2 blank and 1, I do need to eat, so I'll be in and out. Gonna watch Tomato Diet Lethal Company. Have fun shooting yourself, Alex. Wait, I should have typed that band. Okay, so I think that's 2 to 1. Yeah, and it was 2 to 1. So that was a stupid move on my part, but hey, I haven't lost anything.
Oh, there goes Peach.
Got beer, magnifying glass. Okay, so this time, okay, it's a 50-50 shot again.
And Bowser's out.
So, magnifying glass, blank, shoot myself. Okay. Okay, so that's 3 to 4. It's 3 to 4 on here. So, beer. Okay, so that is now a 4 to 2. Which means it's time to start shooting him. Boom shakalaka.
From the outside.
That's only when I've got a saw.
So here's what I'm gonna do with the new. Oh yeah, I saw that shit. That was stupid.
Okay.
the way that doesn't work that way.
Okay, so he's gonna beer. Okay, that's
beer.
good. And he's gonna smoke it.
Beer.
You had a magnifying glass. Why did you...
Beer.
Okay, so now I'm handcuffed. Now
beer.
he's gonna beer it again.
Beer.
And he's got a blank.
Beer.
There is one blank left. Yeah, that means I'm getting shot.
So here's what I'm gonna do with the news. I'm gonna go through them lightning round, and if anyone has any interest in wanting to say something about it, because there has been a lot of news that we never got a chance to talk about. So I'm just gonna go through lightning round, and if anyone has an interest in talking about it, I'll let you.
All right.
Okay, so we've got cigarettes.
Okay, here we go. Classic Chaz's World.
Ironically, the cigarettes will help us get our health back. This is Soviet Russia, and in Soviet Russia, cigarettes smoke you.
The Classic World Tetris record has been smashed again. Sonic fan creates devious desert bus mod for Sonic Frontiers.
Oh,
God
Jesus
Almighty!
Christ.
You want to talk about that?
Sure. Okay.
So since we're doing catch up on news, Sonic
shoot him.
And the guy, we all know about the Sonic modding community, whether they be adding random characters to Sonic games, Sonic levels, or putting
There's one blank left. I don't remember if there's any live shells left, so I'm not going to risk it.
Okay.
All right.
So we all know about the Sonic. So we
Just keep talking.
So we know about the Sonic modding community, right? From like just adding random ass characters to Sonic levels and entire games to like making entire Sonic projects like Sonic and the Onion Ring, Sonic Toast, the Sonic 1 prequel, Sonic 2 prequel, and so on and so
Shadow the
forth.
Hedgehog Genesis.
Shadow the Hedgehog Genesis, putting Sally Acorn, Amy Rose, and Sonic 2 and 3. Now,
50,
but this, someone legitimately made a mod based off Desert Bus on Sega CD. For those who don't know, Desert Bus is only one of the very few mini games that has been that was in a Penn and Teller game collection that was never officially released, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, Penn and Teller Smoke and Mirrors is an unfinished game. Oh, that's a 4-2 there. Okay,
yeah, they were basically supposed to be giving you the opposite of what video games are usually.
Yeah, it was an anti-game.
So for those who don't get it, it's the opposite. It basically, you know how games try and put you in a sense of fantasy and adventure, and this one basically, doesn't.
Yeah, games want to. Usually with games, you want to have
And if you're asking,
fun, right?
what does this make? You're right. And if you're asking, how is this any different to, let's say, all the simulator games? Well, simulator games usually have some sort of objective, and they still have some sort of fiction something related to it, whether it be earning point, going to certain.
You also have the ability to have fun in those. Desert Bus is not a fun game. Desert Bus. There's a reason Desert Bus, holy shit, okay. If you're just gonna beer it up... You're a fucking idiot. Thank you, dealer. You're a goddamn idiot. Hey, this is the best gift I've ever been given.
Desert Bus literally is about... Desert Bus is literally about you driving from one location to the other. Basically, you're driving all the way to Las Vegas, and you earn 1 point. You're supposed to do this as many times as you can until you screw up somehow or you just stop playing altogether. It's become a meme at this point.
Okay, this is good.
The point where people actually play the game. It's even to the game has gotten such a cult following that it's actually not unironically gotten people to play it for charity on streams.
Yeah, Desert Bus for charity is the big thing.
And just to clarify,
it is a yearly stream, thankfully.
It's a yearly stream, yeah. And just to clarify, you literally cannot do anything but drive to Las Vegas. There's no characters to interact with. There's no music. There's only ambient noise of the bus driving down the road and you occasionally tapping the D-pad to keep the bus steady on the road. Because if you go even anywhere near the sand, you slow down and you are towed back to the start. So what does this have to do with the mod here? Well, because it's doing exactly that. Someone made a mod where you have to go exactly 580 real life kilometers long on a road that's exactly that long. Just a slight right tilt just can get you
right out there on the edge now.
There's a slight right tilt, so you can't just hold forward.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you have to keep on making sure that you're going on, you're running on the road. And if you even go anywhere near the sand, you die instead of starting over.
He's one shot from the edge, but I'm also one shot. God damn it, from the edge.
And this was for Sonic Frontiers. You're not in a 2D Sonic game or a Sonic Adventure mod. This is for Sonic Frontiers.
You lucky son of a bitch.
I don't think he is.
That was my last charge too.
Okay, lightning round. I'll go back to the lightning round. There is a new mod for the GameCube that is $15 where it takes your GameCube online, no problems. There is a lost Tetris sequel that someone found where it's basically Tetris reversed, and that's exactly what it's called, Tetris reversed. Shigeru Miyamoto has admitted that he could have made a Halo game, but he didn't want to.
What? Like
so,
what? Are we talking like full Bing Bing Wahoo?
So yeah. Basically, what he said that he could have made a game that was similar to Halo, but he just didn't want to. He basically said it's not that I couldn't design that game.
When I saw that, I thought they were saying like
it's basically I could, but I don't want to.
Well, based on that headline, my first thought was more along the lines of like hey, Bungie asked us to make a Halo game or something like that.
Okay,
like a Halo platformer or some shit, you know?
Here's a quote directly from him. I could make Halo. It's not that I couldn't design that game. It's just that I choose not to. One thing about my game design is I never try to look for what people want and then try to make that game design. I always try to create new experiences that are fun to play.
I just want to go on the record okay.
And I just want to go on the record and say that Bungie is hard at work on a side-scrolling platform game featuring some plumbers. I'm not going to say what their ethnicity is. It's none of anyone's business. We've took it as a gauntlet, a sort of glove slap, and we're going to respond in 2D side-scrolling style.
What? Hang on.
That's all I'm saying. I look at places in the world where people understand that paying taxes to the government helps society. Japan, that's not that understanding. Yes, that's definitely happened in the past. We've worked with some outside development houses on titles like F-Zero and Star Fox. Let me just say that they were disappointed with the results.
Hang on. Where is this? I have to look at this.
Time extension.
Time extension.
I have it linked in news and topics. Yeah.
I'm looking. I'm trying to find it. Time extension.
Shigeru Miyamoto next to a picture of Master Chief.
Yeah, I got it.
There you go.
Flashback. Oh, it was an Entertainment Weekly interview back in 2007. 17 years ago.
I wouldn't have known that, considering, keep in mind, the only video game news coverage I ever paid attention to was Hard News when Screwtape was still around.
Thank you, Time Extension, for wasting our fucking time.
All right, and ongoing with the lightning round. Video games, the greatest teaching tool ever invented, says man who tried to ban GTA. For those who forgot, that was Jack Thompson.
Yeah, Jack Thompson.
How the tides have turned. Altered Beast is getting action figures. Princess Peach Showtime apparently got the original Goemon director in the game. And when I mean in the game, I mean involved in it.
I'm gonna beer this.
My Shiranui is in a survival horror game for some reason.
Damn it. Okay, well, what's the game called?
Man, it was weird. It was weird, man. Let me see here. Doomsday Last Survivors.
Doomsday Last Survivors. Okay.
And they, for some reason, specify that
Health and a bunch of saws.
This was King of Fighters 97 version of Maya Shiranui. Oh, look at that. She's in stockings. They could have done that with her in Smash Brothers! Which is a good segue to the next one. Fatal Fury producer still feels bad that fan favorite fighter didn't make it into Smash Brothers. Guess which one he's talking about. All right, ongoing. Yeah, how'd you know? Good answer.
Is it
onto lightning I'm going to continue the lightning round. Miyamoto.
Who is it?
Literally, yeah.
Oh, it is Mai. Okay.
Yes, it's Mai.
I thought you said no. Sorry.
I said, but I didn't say no.
Okay, this is gonna be painful. But at least I've got cigarettes.
Lightning round continues. Miyamoto has admitted to a bad Zelda game, and it's not what you think, though.
It's
Sworn
Zelda 2.
No.
Sounds like Link's crossbow training.
No. And you say that again, I throw you. And it's actually a Famicom Disk System version of Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, not just Zelda 2.
Huh.
It's odd. It's a specific version. Ongoing?
I wouldn't imagine... hang on. I want to explain... I want to hear why.
Okay. Okay, let's see here. Speaking of former Nintendo staffers Kif and Krista, Totilo explains that when he asked Miyamoto if he ever made a bad game, the Zelda and Mario creator confirmed that he feels the Famicom Disk System version of Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, was one of his biggest regrets. Before the Zelda 2 Defense Brigade rises up, it's worth noting that the Japan-only Famicom Disk System version of the game is a slightly different beast to the NES edition that the rest of the world got. A bolt-on drive for the existing Famicom console, it was designed to offer cheaper media at a time when the memory chip that went inside cartridges was still costly. The issue is that the Famicom Disk System version was saddled with long load times, something Miyamoto wasn't happy with, given that Zelda 2 still has a lot of fans. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good title to have as your worst game. Okay, well. So there still technically hasn't been a bad Zelda game. And no, shut up. We don't count those.
Anybody who says Skyward Sword can go suck on a Wiimote.
You could shove it
Very
up there.
enthusiastically, I'm sure.
And continuing with the lightning round, Neo Pocket Game Drive. Anyone know what that is? Time's up. It's a Neo Geo Pocket flash
I was
card.
gonna say, hey, that's a Neo Geo Pocket thing.
Duck Hunt now has a pocket-sized D-Make for the Game Boy. Warner Brothers has plans of expanding anime production to more than 10 series per year.
Okay.
Odd,
Good luck with
considering.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
Considering that they don't have any money, what are they doing?
They're sitting on their thumbs. Saudi Arabia announces Dragon Ball theme park. Kiss my ass. I'm waiting until Japan actually
We're
does
against
it.
Saudi Arabia, you dumbass!
Writer Grant Morrison defends Batman's no-kill rule in wake of Zack Snyder's comments. Out of all people.
Okay, Alex, would you care to explain this one?
Okay,
Which
so
one?
here's the thing. No-kill rules are a crutch of lazy writers.
They vary depending on the character.
Like having a general, I don't want to kill him policy. That's great. Like that's perfectly fine. Like I'm not gonna fault a character or even a person for not wanting, for having like a general, I don't want to just kill people policy and in like superhero stuff. But at the same time, like the no kill the no kill rule is not buddy, why the fuck are you smoking? You don't have a health bar anymore. Yeah, the no kill rules just kind of they don't work. Like they don't work as for dramatic stakes. Like it just means that at the end of the day, the villain's always gonna get away, even if he deserves it. I don't know.
I think it depends on the situation. It can work in many ways. Like for example, or it's just stupid. Like for example, the Punisher. There's like he didn't kill anybody in like let's say the Spider-Man animated cartoons, or any.
And then there was that one time.
Or any
that one time where
matter.
Thomas Jane ended up accidentally stabbing Kevin Nash, and Kevin Nash be like,
Yeah, that was a real thing that actually happened.
yeah, Kevin Nash was just like, yeah, no.
What?
I was the one who brought that up to begin with. But no. Continuing on. Japan begins to reject ESG investments. The Pokemon Company International posts jobs listing for director of Dell Social Responsibility. In response to sequel's lack of profits, Blizzard completely scraps Overwatch 2 PvE plans. Color me shocked. Baldur's Gate 3 director slams video game industry for putting profits above all else. Greed has been fucking this whole thing up for so long. Quote unquote. EA's Marvel's Black Panther narrative designer responds after video resurfaces of her bragging that previous title Validate had no white people. I'm sorry, who created Black Panther? Thank you.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots. Fuck you white people. Okay, who made your shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kotaku owners Geo Media reportedly backed down from fully shifting site from news to guides after editor-in-chief resigns staff pushback. Basically, they don't like the fact that they have to talk about video games on a video game fucking website.
That's stupid.
That's very strange. This is also very strange, but that's more strange.
Yeah, color me. Oh my god, we have to talk about video games on a video game website? Oh my god, how dare you? This is like the whole Ron Burgundy thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 24-hour sports? That's ridiculous. That's like a 24-hour cooking show. Yeah, fuck off. Ongoing with the lightning round, Riot Games to reset development on League of Legends MMO. The initial vision just wasn't different enough from what you can play today. Okay.
League of Legends MMO.
Not gonna lie, I'd play that. Kotaku editor, yeah, a League of Legends MMO. I'm just wondering how they're gonna tackle the character. Is it gonna be like Marvel superheroes, where it's like you pick your character, or you pick a class or a creature based on the characters you get to play as? Kotaku editor Alyssa Mercante lies about Sweet Baby Inc. backlash during CBC radio appearance. Claims Steam curator list was made to prevent people from buying and playing these games. Actually, it's exactly that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's exactly what that's for. Like Steam curator lists are explicitly about, they're explicitly about that kind of thing. And, you know, well, that's what the point of Steam reviews is. You know?
More Sweet Baby Inc. news. The Verge's Ash Parrish admits her Sweet Baby Inc. defense piece ignores how company employee called for harassment, including this detail makes it seem like the inciting incident is on equal footing. No, it ain't. Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling threatens legal action against transgender activists who attempted to dox one of her daughters. You fuck around with my kids' safety and privacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't get people's kids involved in this shit, you know?
Yeah, why would you? Did you know your mother's this way? Oh, well, how about you stay away from the kids and stop... And stop, you know, citing into the stereotype that you won't leave kids alone. Dumb fucks. Seth MacFarlane shills for mainstream media, says he would defend to death the presence and existence of journalists. He claims Fox News are in it for the money.
Interesting.
Wait, so is he against it or is he not? And bro, don't show for the company you work for like that. I can see the brown on your nose. And I'm not talking about your dog character. Hollywood director argues X-Men 97 chose to adapt The Trial of Magneto in order to take a swing at the MAGA crowd. I'm skipping this because this guy's a retard. Original G.I. Joe animated series creator and Transformers the movie writer Ron Friedman launches emergency GoFundMe to pay for cancer treatments living expenses.
Well, get better soon, man.
I hope he gets better soon. That's a talent I don't want anywhere near death yet.
Yeah.
The Elder Scrolls series is now 30 years old.
Moving swiftly onwards, I don't want to think about that.
Halt, 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 halt. Stop right there, criminal scum.
That
Bad Boys Ride or Die has gotten a trailer.
Oh yeah. By the way, we should talk about Godzilla and Kong.
Good
Ooh,
movie.
yeah.
Fucking amazing movie.
Yep.
The Mothra
And-
is actually pretty cool.
And
Yeah, I wonder how
like,
many people complained about that because they saw Mothra die in the last movie and didn't notice the whole thing about Mothra having another
laying an egg.
Yeah.
Yeah. I even told that to my mom when we were watching the movie. I'm like, you remember when Mothra laid an egg in King of the Monsters? Oh, wait, people didn't pay attention to King of the Monsters because they
King
were
of the
too
Monsters
busy.
is one of the best Godzilla films ever made, by the way.
Yeah, and these people were too busy. It being like...
I should have handcuffed him, but...
Yeah, and the people...
He's on
the
death's
King of the-
door now, anyways.
The people who didn't pay attention to King of the Monsters were too busy saying things like, "Oh, King of the Monsters is so bad."
They can fuck themselves.
Yeah.
These are the same kind of people who saw Ghostbusters 2016 and said it was the best Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah, by the way, speaking of which, that's been getting people all trying to gas it up on Twitter right now, and you know what? I am not here for this. I saw that movie. So I was there when it fucking released, man. This is not this is not the hill you want to die on, man. This
What was that?
movie is shit.
What was that Rick and Morty quote? Your booze mean nothing. I've seen what makes you cheer.
Yes,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah. Lightning round. Sound effects from Dragon Ball Fighters can open you up to a DMCA violation on Twitch.
That's stupid.
And let me be specific here. We're not talking key blasts. We're not talking transformation sound effects. We're not even talking about aura sound effects. That shit. No, we're talking ambient noise, background shit. We're talking wind blowing. We're talking leaves rustling. We're talking like seagulls crying
royalty-free
out.
sound effects.
Yeah. Twitch is...
Yeah.
Man, I don't know why people are still streaming on Twitch. Hello, Twitch! Stuttering Craig has been shut down for a bit. What happened was there was a girl called Gothix TV who was temporarily employed by Black Girl Gaming. Take a guess what their gimmick is. And what happened is that while she was telling Craig about the inside scoop about how they function and how she was practically demonized by everybody in that same group that she was working for, the stream got taken down mid conversation.
Oh yeah, Ben is asking me what he missed. You missed me dying twice.
Moving on. Microsoft mandates changes at studios and hires Sweet Baby Inc. Erases white characters.
And I just got a case full of $50 bills.
Overwatch 2 streamers are banning people for misgendering the new hero that just came out.
It's a pile of fucking pixels, man.
It's a bitch. I name it.
It's it ain't fucking real, bro.
It ain't flesh and blood.
That's all I gotta say. That's the only thing we can really bring up about it. Ben says people still playing Overwatch 2 LMAO. Oh yeah. So we fired 34 shots, 71 shells were ejected, 6 doors were kicked down, 7 cigarettes were smoked, and 1,650 milliliters of beer have been drunk. $59,995.
Speaking of beer, how many of you are fans of the ECW wrestler Sandman? Time's up. I know none of you are, because someone's making a SmackDown 2 mod of ECW.
Cool.
I'm pretty excited about that, and now I can play as Tommy Dreamer and beat the shit out of Vince McMahon.
Maybe even Paul Heyman.
When he had hair.
Yeah, back when Paulie Dangerously had hair.
Keep in mind, Gizmo, the reason why Alex wants Paul Heyman to be playable on one of these games is just so that he can beat him up.
Okay.
Oh yeah, look at this.
So any character.
It's a running gag.
You can now pre-order your own Asteroids recharge cabinet from Atari.
Volta Standard Electronics Inc. Oh, this is my stats.
Oh, fuck me.
Apparently, Vince McMahon has about $1.4 billion on hand.
Oh, of course he does.
After selling stock.
Crazy bastard. Most of it is my seed money. Time Splitters fan project calls for
any of this means. Okay.
Time Splitters fan project calls for urgent help from the community. Basically, they're broke.
Oh. Ben asks, what is he going to do with that money? Buy AEW?
What isn't he going to use with that money?
You know what? That would be hilarious. If Vince McMahon bought AEW so that he could compete with his own company after he got kicked out.
If he's going to keep on buying these companies, you might as well just have you might as well have make that WWE City a thing from Scooby-Doo.
That was, you know what? Those movies weren't terrible. I've seen some of the other Scooby-Doo movies. There are worse ones out there.
Well, moving on. Fighting Fantasy Classic Death Trap Dungeon is getting another sequel. Moving on, because I doubt you can make that game any better than it never was. 8-Bit Dude's next retro mechanical 8-Bit Dude's next retro mechanical keyboard is based on the Commodore 64. Moving on, because nobody here cares about the Commodore 64. Yeah. Not to that extent.
I mean,
anyway.
I like the Commodore 64. It's just, I don't.
Right.
I don't care about it.
Yeah, you don't care about it like that. New book, Seeing Red to Shine a Spotlight on Nintendo's Virtual Boy. Basically, a book about the production, the death, the life of the Virtual Boy.
Okay.
Odd news, Xbox 360 Online Store, a hot mess ahead of July 2024 closure. Basically, there's a lot of games missing from downloads. A lot of games just won't download, period. And some people are even saying that they're downloading the wrong game despite them actually buying the game they wanted.
Well, know.
Like, for example... For example, let's say they were...
Oh, these are Quaaludes.
Trying to buy Earthworm Jim HD, right? No, they're not. No, they're not getting Earthworm Jim HD. They're getting the Blob 2.
That's weird.
Oh,
that guy's
yeah,
gone.
it is weird. I just hope that shit ain't gonna happen to me. Joe Lieberman, the senator who tried to ban Mortal Kombat, has passed away. Good! No, I'm kidding. No, the death of him is not good. It's just that it's really surreal. A part of history like that, a part of history like that, passing away at the ripe old age of 82.
Jeez.
Did he ever do
Rough.
anything after that? Did he try going after video games some more? Did he try going after another media? Did he go into politics for real?
Joe Lieberman.
Yeah, because I haven't heard anything. I only
Lieberman Media.
know him. I only know him because of the stupid shit he said about Mortal Kombat. It encourages kids to rip off the spinal column and it makes them violent. This is disgusting. This is child's entertainment. This is only for children. I put it up my butt. I don't need to play it to know what it is.
Medicine. What the fuck is that?
That explains so much.
Okay.
How many do you like?
Expired medicine. 40% chance to regain 2 charges. Inverter swaps the polarity of the current shell in the chamber. Oh, this is some Binding of Isaac shit here.
Speaking of shit, how many of you like Ghostbusters? Shut up. I know you all do. Just like how I do.
I love it.
Everyone here loves Ghostbusters. But which Ghostbusters games do you like? There's a guide on...
The Sega Genesis one. And the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 one.
There's a list here of what is the best game from worst to best. Starting at number 19, Ghostbusters 2 on NES. A 5.0.
Okay.
Number 18, Extreme Ghostbusters Zap the Ghosts on PC. Just so you know, it's a Bubble Bobble clone.
That's not bad.
Oh, no, wait. Puzzle Bobble clone.
That's still not bad.
This is based off Extreme Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Number 17, Ghostbusters on PS4. The one that's based off of 2016 Ghostbusters, 5.8. That should be lower.
That's not based on the 2016 Ghostbusters, actually. It's a completely unrelated Ghostbusters video game that was, let's see, that was 2-1, right? So...
They have the same stupid-ass Ghostbusters logo monster in here. It might as well be based off the 2016 movie.
Yeah, it's just that the Fembusters aren't actually in that game.
Number 16, Extreme Ghostbusters Ultimate Invasion on PS1. It doesn't have a rating. It's a light gun game.
LA.
Number 15, Extreme Ghostbusters on Game Boy Color. 4.5. Number 14, Ghostbusters 2 on Amiga. Number 13, Extreme Ghostbusters Code Ecto 1 on GBA. Number 12, The Real Ghostbusters on Game Boy. Number 11, Ghostbusters Sanctum of Slime. Number 10, The Real Ghostbusters Arcade. Number 9, Ghostbusters the video game on DS. Scraping the bottom of the barrel. Number 8, Ghostbusters Rise of the Ghost Lord. Number 7, Ghostbusters on the Commodore 64.
Wow.
Number 6, Ghostbusters 2 on Game Boy. Number 5, Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed. Number 4, New Ghostbusters 2 on NES. Number 3, Ghostbusters on the Mega Drive or Sega Genesis. Number 2, Ghostbusters the video game on Wii. And number 1, Ghostbusters the video game.
Okay.
If you're
Well, oh yeah, Ben says, apparently Tony Khan and Triple H gifted Cody Rhodes a watch. The same watch that Dusty, his father, had pawned to get Cody into acting school.
Okay, this is funny.
Huh, nice.
Okay, then.
All right, lightning round continues. Early Mega Man Soccer Super Nintendo build reveals scrapped multi-tap support. Basically, they found multi-tap support removed from the original game. Yeah, I don't know why you would do that. Japan's life-size Gundam powers down for the final time as it...
That's unfortunate. I didn't realize that there was a time limit on that. I was hoping that'd be around forever.
I was hoping they would just leave it there. The new slot...
Oh, hang on. Before we move on. Who has seen WrestleMania 40?
No, Fran has.
Oh, he was there.
Yep. Posted about it on Twitter.
Yeah. I watched it. I thought it was pretty fucking good. I was quite happy that
Roman
Reigns lost
the
main event.
Go!
Spoiler warning for anybody who didn't know, but if you're...
No one cares. They're just happy Roman Reigns stopped for now.
Bless you.
After so long. Thank you.
He's been around for a while.
They keep pushing him, man. He's too boring.
I thought the funniest thing I think that I ever saw in my life was when the guy dressed as the Prime bottle got decked.
Yes. It's only a good thing because it's a Logan, it's a Paul brother drink.
Yeah.
Okay, Putin is now ordering Russian government to make their own video game console.
Yeah, that's not gonna fucking happen.
Yeah, with
Look at
what?
that.
Do you understand, Putin, the amount of the logistics of making that, right? Because like you have to, it's basically the equivalent of building a dedicated computer, which means that you're gonna have to license a bunch of pieces.
Make your own engine.
Yeah, you're either gonna have to build your own. You're gonna have to build your own game engine for it. You're gonna have to license or build your own hardware for it. And frankly, like, considering Russia doesn't have a whole lot of anybody who's willing to work with them on stuff, I feel like this is gonna be one of those big, why are you spending money on this kind of things, you know?
Right. It's the equivalent of the it's the equivalent of the DeLorean company making giant robots.
The DeLorean company making giant robots would have been more successful than them making DeLoreans, I think.
No, it wouldn't, because they'd be using the same metal that the DeLoreans are made of.
DeLoreans are made out of a really good metal, though. It can travel through time.
Yes.
Anyways.
Yep. And now on to the more recent news. Roller Coaster Tycoon celebrates 25th anniversary with limited merch.
Okay.
Does any of that limited merch include the incomplete type roller coasters that I know people have made?
No. Get out of my house.
Well, that's lame.
But what they are selling...
Oh, you fucking idiot.
What they are selling are shirts and shadow box art signed by the Roller Coaster Tycoon creator Chris Sawyer. That's actually pretty cool. Okay, are we really surprised by this? Super Smash Brothers player accused of sexual assault cleared by police.
Interesting. Tell me more?
Super Smash Brothers player Sam Halen, also known as Senran Sam, came forward with evidence on Sunday
jackass-looking EpiPen.
Came forward with evidence on Sunday regarding sexual assault allegations that have been spread amongst the fighting game community. On March 18th, 2024, police responded to the Sheraton Hotel in Parsippany, New Jersey. I could give a shit how that's pronounced. The police had been called by event coordinator Cyrus Garak. According to the police report, had called on behalf of the alleged victim, Kendra Webb, who had reported being sexually assaulted by Sam Halen at the bar of the hotel. Kendra had reportedly identified the suspect as a tall Welsh male with blonde hair, which led them to Sam. According to Kendra, Sam had started grabbing her, putting his hands on her rear and chest in a sexual manner, and even putting his fingers in her mouth. When approached by police to provide his side of the story, Sam reportedly went with police voluntarily to answer questions at the police station. You can find with Sam's recent statement along with screen caps of the police report below. And he tweeted out, I went on vacation to the United States of America, went to a Smash Brothers event called Collision, had fun, but the last night there was absolutely shocking. Some lowlifes orchestrated a sexual allegation to set up. This is evil you contend with in the world today.
Yep.
And it continues. Sam's compliance with the police investigation was later interpreted by Kaha as the police took him away, and in a statement on Discord to the community announced that Sam would be banned from future events, likely assuming he had been arrested. Ultimately, police checked the camera footage in the Sheraton Hotel around the time of the alleged incident and found, quote, the surveillance only shows Samuel hug Kendra as she first arrives at the table. The surveillance did not show Samuel touching Kendra in any inappropriate ways. At the time of writing, neither Kaha or Collision has released a statement regarding the police report released to the public by Sam. While Collision has been silent, Sam has been unbanned by his home region of Wales and Bristol. You can check out the public apology from organizers below. Sam's final statement calls for accountability of those involved, saying, I want justice. These people need to be made examples of. They should all get banned for their false allegations towards me. I got banned and did nothing wrong. Let's see how this plays out with the right information in place. I'll be watching. Let's hope karma gets those guys, because I hate the fact that almost got arrested with almost no evidence. Sergeant Frog is getting a new anime.
Yep.
Much
to the delight and terror of many people within the industry, including but not limited to Todd Habercorn, the voice of the character.
I don't see why that's a problem.
It's not so much that it's a problem, it's just that holy shit now.
Ghetto.
Tama. Kudu.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3 has finished filming.
Yep.
Cool.
I'm afraid this movie might be the downfall.
It won't.
Well, they do. No, they've got Jim Carrey back.
They got Jim Carrey back, but think about it like this. Remember that meme, Sonic has too many characters?
Yeah, that meme is wrong.
No, they're kind of right, though. They introduce a lot of minor characters, a lot of side characters, a lot of main characters from side stories, a lot of villains, a lot of henchmen.
If anything, the more recent
from
games
comics,
have too few
from
characters.
Niche games. They all pile all these characters together. You know this. It doesn't even have to be from one game or from one comic. The moment they appear,
Shot
oh,
blank.
cool.
Okay.
Oh, cool. New Sonic character. Think about it like this. Sonic 1, we only had Sonic.
Film is black.
And Dr. Eggman. No shit. Sonic 2, we had Tails and Knuckles being
Well, that
introduced.
was fucking
So they
stupid of me.
So they mixed 2 and 3 together. Okay. So common sense indicates you go to Sonic's. Common sense indicates you go straight to Sonic CD, right? Nope. You go from Sonic 1, 2, 3, all the way to Sonic Adventure 2. What?
I mean, they had part of Sonic Adventure 1 in Sonic 2.
Well, think about it like this. They combined Sonic 2 and 3 together so they can introduce both Knuckles and Tails. Sonic 3, how many games did they skip? They skipped Sonic CD, Sonic Adventure, and they're also going to Sonic Adventure 2. So are they merging 3 games now?
Well, let's be perfectly fair here. The Sonic games don't have a whole lot of plot to go around, so...
No, but they do have a lot of characters.
So...
They do have a lot of characters. Let's see. They got Amy Rose, the Flickies, Rouge the Bat, the robot. I don't care what his name.
It's either E102
Omega,
Gamma or
the Chow,
E123
Evil
Omega.
Chow. What'd I just say? I throw you. The Evil Chow, the Heroic Chow, the Neutral Chow, Regular Chow, Cream the Rabbit,
Chow.
Amy Rose, the Team Chaotix. Let's not forget they skipped Team Chaotix on the Sega 32X. So now not only do you have Knuckles, you have the Crocodile, the Chameleon,
Vector,
and the Bumblebee. Yeah, I know what their names
SBO,
are.
and Charmy.
I know what their names are. I throw you. Also, let's not forget Chaos in his normal form and his monster form. Let's see, what else am I missing? Oh, yeah, let's see. They're also the ultimate life form boss from the final the final stage from Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. What else was there? Maria, Gun. Since, you know, they introduced them in 2 and 3, I believe, they might as well reintroduce them. The Colonel of Gun?
Yeah.
The President of the United States, since he's now a Sonic character. Everything from Sonic... Okay, no. Sonic X wasn't around back then. I'm not going to go there. Vanilla. The Ghosts.
He's actually going to... Yeah, he gets his health back.
You see where I'm going with this? Because, like, there's a lot of characters that they skipped. They could have just went with Sonic CD.
Yeah.
They could have just been Sonic CD, and it's like, oh, I heard there was this girl in trouble. Oh, yada yada. I'm gonna make haste and become the hero again. You know, and then it's like we see like a hammer in the background or something, or it's like, oh, I found this pretty bow. Oh, let's leave it for the next guest or some shit like that, referencing to Amy Rose's first appearance. I don't know, something like that. But no, it skipped a ton of games with a ton of characters all added up together. You got to wonder how many of them are they going to be left out and how many of them are going to be left in. Because keep in mind, Tikal is also there. Metal Sonic is also there. Mecha Sonic is also there. Which one? All of them. It's gonna be fucking crazy. Because I'm hoping they only stick to Shadow, because it's going to be a fucking headache if they even try to add Amy Rose in there. Because think of what actress they're going to stick with. God forbid it's an actress that we hate. Amy Schumer.
I don't think they'd go for that, but, you know.
But think about it. How
many Bo Dallas has been teased to return. Nobody cares? Okay.
No. Who cares about Bo Dallas?
Uh.
Hololive was getting a beat 'em up. Moving
Okay.
on. Xbox is banning Final Fantasy 15 players looking for guilds.
That's strange.
It is, and it's somehow linked to the censorship problems, and it's not really what you think. Apparently what it is that a lot of these words, they are the AI that's supposed to try and censor the words, they're basically building a mountain out of a molehill. Like they'll have like
Okay.
they'll have like an entire word, but because of that specific part of the word that looks like it's saying something else, they'll censor the entire word.
Oh, like how assassin occasionally gets censored in some.
Yeah. It's like that. People think it's a mistake or some trouble with the AI.
By the way,
I think so too.
guys,
No.
there's one more optional boss to take on at this point, and since I've been making quite a bit of good time, I'm on the rest of these. Why the fuck not? Let's try this.
Rocket launcher.
Thank you, Soyfon's Bankai.
Xbox has added a Blue Dragon dynamic background in honor of Akira Toriyama.
Cool.
Oh, so now you know Blue Dragon. So now you remember Blue Dragon exists.
I remember Blue Dragon. I always remembered Blue Dragon. What?
No.
Right, I'm gonna give this one. I'm gonna give this one attempt. If I can't do it in this one attempt, I'm just gonna be like, oh well.
You die? Okay, cool.
Yeah. You
What?
understand, right, Damon?
Yeah.
Because
I get it.
this. If you thought Kulex was hard when he was 2D, they somehow they decided, you know what? Let's make him harder.
Yep.
Try to relax your anus.
Based on a true story.
Your shoulders. Black Girl Gamer threatens lawsuit against journalists who covered their hiring practices. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Okay.
You're surely going to win.
Typically, you're not allowed to. You're typically not allowed to sue people for reporting on the facts.
Oh, you're totally going to win this. I totally believe you. Fucking idiots.
Ben,
they're not going to.
Ben says apparently Bo Dallas is going to return as Uncle Howdy to finish up what Bray Wyatt that was working on.
Ow!
Okay.
But why?
You have to believe. I believe you can shut your ass up. You know what else hasn't shut their ass up? Twitch, because they're all about asses. Twitch targets butt streamers with new policy banning intimate body parts. Now you decide to act like a responsible adult, Twitch?
Yeah.
You got a girl who wore a green screen short. A green screen booty short.
Here's the thing.
And
At
streamed
least
it
she
off
was
her
fully
ass.
clothed. You know?
They knew what they were doing when they left her alone. They can fuck themselves. Oh, she's fully clothed. Okay, but she's only in body paint. Or she's not showing nipple. Okay, but she's nearly naked, but not completely naked. You know what you're doing. Shut your ass up. It's like the jargon. Nuh-uh, yuh-huh, nuh-uh, yuh-huh, nuh-uh, yuh-huh. This is full of sugar. No, it's only 98% sugar. This could cause diabetes only if you drink too much of it, but you're catering to kids. No, I'm also catering to teenagers and adults. But you're putting them in schools and law offices and regular offices and firefighter houses. It's the same shit here. They knew what they were doing, and only now, because people tried to take advantage of them being a little more lax with their rules. Oh, now they decided to care. Fucking idiots. And they wonder why people are going away from Twitch to YouTube, to Kick, to locals. Fucking idiots. You know what else are idiots? The Japanese Communist Party when they're encouraging people to report on fan service manga to the UN.
Yeah, how many times have they asked to not have, like, them and the FBI both have repeatedly asked not to have shit that isn't real reported to them, you know?
The UN are big. Who the hell is taking the UN seriously with this shit anymore?
I don't fucking know.
They tried to ban the word fucking ninja because Michelangelo, of all people, were wielding nunchucks. Nunchakus!
Well, it was associated in... So that wasn't the UN. That was the UK.
Tomato fucking tomato.
No,
Either
it's
way.
not. So the UK, they had, for a while there, the UK, hey, for some reason, associated ninjas with bad stuff, and therefore,
Yes.
or had a whole bunch of ninja stuff and ninja-related materials banned for broadcast. Fun fact, the government shouldn't be able to do that.
No. But because the UK and UN are pussies that way. That's why I say it's tomato. They both act the same way. They're both pussies.
I made the right guess. I figured since there were more blanks than there were live shells, if I flipped the polarity, I had a good chance of that working out for me.
And I'm going to say this again. If you look at Japanese art and you immediately think child porn, that's a you problem. That came in your head. This is the same shit this is the same shit that happened when they went after rock and roll. Like, oh, this is about suicide. This is about no, you thought of that fucking gore.
To quote, I was gonna say, hey, to quote D. Snyder, or that stuff isn't in that music, that stuff isn't in those materials, but you know, if you're getting it out of, if you're getting that stuff out of it, that probably says more about you than it does about us.
If you're looking at a gun and you immediately think school shooting, that's a you problem. Why are you thinking of school shootings and dead kids? You know, it's like why are you immediately thinking sexy child when you're looking at something like drawn on
damn it, I
fiction?
can't steal the adrenaline. I was gonna see how much adrenaline I could mainline before I had a heart attack, but that's not gonna work.
Ending this subject, I'm gonna say this: grow hair on your nuts. That's transphobic. Well, then you know. If you know, you know.
So now it's 50-50, so I'm gonna clear it up.
Gearbox Entertainment splitting from Embracer Group in $460 million deal.
Oh, less than 50-50 now, but at this point I don't want to take any chances. Damn it.
Good. Maybe we could get a better game in fucking Borderlands 3, story-wise. Marvel Rivals announced a new free-to-play team-based hero shooter.
Okay.
I'm excited about this. Basically, yeah, it's like Paladins or Overwatch, but with Marvel characters, and it looks like the characters have distinct looks to them.
If I'm stupid, this guy is fucking insane. Because he shoots himself when there are things left. When he knows, when he should know, but... Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
You know who else is insane, though? Microsoft, because we found out that they cautioned developers to avoid curvy female characters being created. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What was one of the characters that you bought rare for?
Joanna Dark.
Yeah, kind of funny that way. And what was the other character that you got there? Black Orchid. Oh, who else was there? Tip of my tongue. Barry. Oh, wait. There's a fourth one. Cameo.
Cameo, yep.
I'm gonna call her Cameo because it sounds better than Cameo. Just like how Ra's al Ghul sounds better than Raish. Sounds like a rash. Have some cream for your Raish al Ghul.
Okay. That is a 3-2-2. So once more. Polarity
Microsoft.
switch.
Microsoft, you have no room to talk. You had the entire DOA collection for download on your 360 and Xbox One. Shut the fuck up. You're grown-ass men and women with titties and dicks. If it arouses you, you should feel no shame. Now send me pictures of... No, I'm kidding.
Ah, that was a waste of a saw.
You know what else is a waste? A live-action Zelda.
Yeah, especially considering when we already saw that, you know, the fucking animated Mario movie did really well. Why would we go for a live-action Zelda? Why are you beering when you could just use the why are you beering when you could use the... Why are you...
Well, we're getting one anyway. Director Wes
Why didn't
Ball.
you just... Why did you waste your items?
Balls.
Try to relax your anus.
Director of what now?
Wes Ball is the director of a live-action Legend of Zelda movie. And it's gonna be a thing.
Third Shell Live. Okay, good to know.
He wants to make the movie serious and cool. Wait for it. Yet fun and whimsical. Remove the and.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a bet that
Could
this
you
is gonna be a blank as well.
Why don't you just make it one or the other? Because Zelda has been both many times, hasn't it?
I
Correct
know,
me.
but this is a live round. Yeah, so
Correct
Zelda is one of those things where it's got quite a history behind it, and it has silly things and dramatic things in it, and you can't really have one without the other without completely losing what makes it The Legend of Zelda. On the one hand, it's a cartoon elf boy going on an adventure. On the other hand, and there is a fucking evil magician guy and, you know, desert bandit king here to fuck shit up. Six Shell is live. Okay.
Here's my thing. If you want to make a serious Zelda movie, why don't you pick one of the more serious games that have a more serious storyline?
Yeah.
If you want to have
that actually depends on... Did they say what game they're working on?
No. They just said that it's a Legend of Zelda movie. They never specified.
Uh-huh.
They says he wants to be serious and cool, yet fun and whimsical. Dude, choose one or the other and then pick
So
a
that's
game.
The first shell. It's 50-50, I think. Here's what I'd do if I was there. Or I'd you know, if you're asking me to do that, just go for Ocarina of Time. Just make Ocarina of Time into a movie. Because you can do that.
Or Twilight Princess.
You can't do Twilight Princess first.
No, not yet.
Fair enough.
Okay, so it's
Who are you gonna cast as Midna?
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, actually, no, I had an idea.
Okay, so Six Shell Live. And this is 50-50. Okay. Sorry, I'm having to go back to the thing. So it's slightly less than 50-50 now. So I'm going to go ahead and saw the shotgun off. So yeah, so just
speaking of stupid
make like one of the games that is Skyward Sword, Ocarina of Time. You could do you could do Link to the Past as well.
Four Swords.
Four Swords isn't a standalone game.
Minish Cap.
Minish Cap. You could do Minish Cap. In fact, a lot of people would like it if you did Minish Cap, because then you'd be in a position where you wouldn't have to
Spirit Tracks.
deal with that. Spirit Tracks isn't a standalone game either.
Wind Waker.
Wind Waker is a sequel to Ocarina of Time. Technically, it's a sequel to Twilight Princess, but, you know. But seriously, like, you could easily do, without getting into too much continuity snarl, you could easily do, like, Skyward Sword or Minish Cap or, Yep, that's me. Skyward Sword, Minish Cap, or, I'm trying to think. Ocarina of Time as the first movie, but it'd make a lot of sense to a lot of people if they did Ocarina of Time.
Speaking of movies, Anthony Mackie has said something really odd about the MCU.
Yeah, I think this has to be something that's been said to him by the higher ups at Marvel, because Marvel hasn't been for, you know, to their extreme detriment, Marvel hasn't been following the comics since Phase 2 ended.
Not exactly, no.
Because, like, you can look at Phase 1. Phase 1, you can point to the exact issues of each character's comics that inspired each of these.
As well as point out the individual characters like Dum Dum Dugan. You know, it's Tony Stark's dad.
So in Captain America: The First Avenger, for instance, you have bits of the original Captain America comics. You have bits of Captain America: Man Out of Time. You know, it's not directly adapted from there because they have some things changed around. Bucky isn't 12, for instance, so.
Kind of makes sense considering, you know, child stars are like a very, 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 you know, sensitive thing to do anything with now.
Well, there'd be a number of things. For one thing, like if Cap's best friend and partner in crime is a 12-year-old boy, you know, the jokes about him being a pedophile would be abound.
No, I wouldn't think so. No, I don't think it's.
Dude, have you seen all the jokes people make about Batman and Robin?
No, I was about to mention that. I think it's different because Batman and Robin are like they keep everything private. Everything's in a cave. He's forced to fight in like fucking go-go boots and like very short shorts. Bucky, on the other hand, he might as well be wearing a uniform with a mask.
You know what? That's true. But oh, by the way, Bucky's uniform is something that you can point to. Something that you can say, hey.
Yeah, they never really show that.
Well, yeah, but you can say, it's like, hey, Bucky's suit in this it's like a more realistic version of Bucky's suit from the comics. Something that's made a bit more for an adult character, a bit more for a realistic, semi-realistic military kind of thing. Like there are individual, but there are all kinds of elements that you can say, okay, so we got this from here. You can track the lineage of all the ideas that go in there. Or like you can go through 6 Shell Blank. That helps me a lot, guys. Thank you. So you can do that with the Incredible Hulk. You can do that with for instance, you can do that with Iron Man. You can do that with Thor. Thor is a bit more complicated because Thor's had some fucked up mythologies over the years, but at least they've they made it sensible in the movies.
It would have been nicer if they at least tried with the costume for Bucky, like let's say like he was covered in blood because of an explosion.
No, like legitimately, Bucky's costume is exactly what it is in the comics, just without the domino mask.
kind of wish they kept the domino mask though.
Well,
Would've been
their identities aren't secret. It's like they're part of the U.S. military. Everybody knows who they are.
Fair. But going back on track, saying that there's only so much creativity you can bring to the table because Stanley gave us so much content.
Yeah. So
how many comics have you?
The thing that Anthony Mackie said was that, let's read it out exactly here because it's really fucking strange. Because scroll, Anthony Mackie. The MCU is limited by comic canon. There's only so much creativity you can bring to the table because Stan Lee gave us so much content. Good. Don't bring us any creativity to the table. I don't want any more of these writers' creativity being brought to the table. I want them to actually write the fucking comics down and recreate what's in those. That's all I want you to do.
Also, they do know that Stan Lee is not the only person who wrote for most of these characters, right?
Well, yeah, but like, you know, Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, Rob Liefeld, all those guys put in, you know, there's been decades of comics. So much source material that you can pull from that you should be sticking to the earlier stuff. Like it was jumping to the Winter Soldier worked well enough because like it was in the modern day. S.H.I.E.L.D. was, you know, becoming a big thing, you know?
Right.
And so discovering that S.H.I.E.L.D. had problems in it, okay, I can see why you do that. Age of Ultron was an Age of Ultron story in name only. And granted, the Age of Ultron comic isn't that good. I'm perfectly aware of this. Well, I mean, like it's basically just the Terminator meets Days of Future Past, but Wolverine is the Terminator. You know.
I did kind of like that Ultron was like the anti-philanthropist though. He was like the anti.
Yes. No, it works in terms of
the right actor too.
It's adapting other comics Ultron has appeared in, but I don't know why I'm doing this. Mostly just because I only have
I'll be back.
He only has one health left and this round will be over, I guess. But so you shouldn't. Here's the thing, when you're working on a property that's being adapted from a medium, you can't bring too much creativity to the table because people will start fucking things up. And this is a case that's it's happened time again. Like Catwoman was a creative endeavor. Fucking X-Men Origins Wolverine was a creative endeavor. You know what it should have been? Should have been accurate to the comics and it would have been actually good. Now, if you have somebody who can inject their own creativity into a story and make things better, that's perfectly
Fucking kill
fine.
them first try.
That's perfectly fine with me.
Hell
But
yeah!
here's the thing. That is so rare. It is so rare that you have the ability to be creative with something that was already good and still come up with something that was good. A lot of the creativity that went into the Harry Potter movies was not good. In fact, a lot of it created plot holes.
Oh, that was
As the
awesome.
MCU has attempted to become more creative with its storylines, more creative, quote-unquote, it's gotten worse. Because you have... And same with the DCEU. Shazam, Captain Marvel, Wrath of the Titans, was very creative. It also was one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Oh, now that we bring that up, can we Now they're bringing other movies up, though. Can we please?
And like, hang on. So I have to bring this up as well. The screenshot in the article from Bounding into Comics that we're reading this from. Screenshot is taken from Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Now, parts of that are incredibly comic accurate, but they're accurate to the bad comics. Parts of it are the product of some ludicrous fever dream that the writers had.
Well, since I was able to actually beat everything in Mario RPG,
You mean like the women?
I'm finally done with this game.
Awesome.
Nice.
Anyway,
So the Flag Smashers are from the comics. That suit is from the comics. The dumbass speech that
I will
Sam
disconnect
gives is
this
from the
stream
comics.
and then I will boot up another one. So I will be right back.
All right. The dumbass speech that Sam gives in that show is from the comics. But here's the thing, that's fucking bad. Now, there is essentially no way that they would have been able to make this good.
No.
Because that storyline is 12 different kinds of dog shit. Oh no. Shoot yourself. Shoot yourself again. Oh god.
Don't tell me what to do.
This is gonna be another death for, yep. Okay. But, so anyways, it's also strange to say, hey, that, like, the MCU is limited in its creativity because it adheres too strictly to the source material. But then, like, this just shows that Disney has no idea what the fuck they're doing. Because they have all this source material, and yet they just wind up making shit up. Kang has been mostly made up. Kang has not had hardly any of his,
None of that, you know, from the future shit.
Yeah, Kang has had essentially none of his actual backstory in these movies. Spider-Man was made immensely worse by excluding aspects of the comics. Civil War was immensely improved by deviating from the fucking comics, but it's still not a good movie. Like, it's... I'm gonna steal your cell phone.
I don't know about that, man. Civil War was a messy,
Well,
Civil War story. I liked the idea of it, though.
It's a... Ooh, Second Shell Live. Okay. So here's the thing. Civil War was just a blatant attempt to rip off The Incredibles. So they could try and make their heroes into more underdog characters, rather than making them into,
I don't see it.
Rather than having...
No, I get it. I get it, but I don't
Dude,
see it.
Dude, this happened, like, right after The Incredibles came out. It was, like, 2 years afterwards. Which is more than enough time for them to get this shit set up.
It's the execution of the thing. It's
yeah,
the fact. It's...
Here's the thing. The Marvel characters are too numerous and too powerful for them to be able to restrict like that. You know?
No, but that's the thing. They're still all human, and the thing about that is that a lot of them do. A lot of them are still. Every one of them are still heroes at the end of the day, and they still want to keep people safe. So a lot of them actually believe that
it's a good move on my part.
Something like superhero registration would actually keep you safe, because you're working for the government and people trust, and you're supposed to trust your government, right? So what could go wrong? You're working with them.
With the way the MCU did it is that there wasn't, secret identities aren't really a thing they're not a thing for any of the Avengers.
Except for Spider-Man.
Spider-Man was the only character who wasn't a public hero, ironically. Hey, this is a direct inversion of how he was in the comic, where he gave up his secret identity in working for Iron Man, he was the only one who retained his secret identity in that. And the whole...
Well, in the comics, there were still a lot of people that kept their identity secret to begin with, whether they went with
Yeah, but
the...
those guys were on Captain America's side. Although that's really funny, considering everybody knows who Steve Rogers is. Like, if you're... At that point in time, if you're not... If you don't, if you don't know who Captain America is, you're fucking stupid.
You've been living under a rock. That was under a rock. But back to the topic at hand. I don't believe a word of what he says. I mean, listen to how he words it.
He probably hasn't read those the comics enough to know.
Only so much creativity because they gave us so much. Oh wait, so is it enough or too much? Like, are your hands full or are they empty? Like, dude, you can't have it one way or the other. You have so many comics, so many plot lines, so many team ups, so many events, and you're telling me there isn't enough? But then there's too much creativity then. But you're also saying there's only so much. Okay, which one is it? There's even bad storylines that they could go towards that I wouldn't mind them doing if they make it entertaining enough. Like the Clone Saga, that's a piece of shit storyline. I would only own those just the fact I could look at what they wrote, look at how they handled things, you know, how they wrote the characters, how they wrote their reactions, like how when Peter Parker went animalistic because the clone said he was the real one. Excuse me. You have to see.
You're not me.
You have to see it to believe it. Like, you can't steal my life. He literally leapt at him like an animal. If I were to see that in movie form and it was good, I'd applaud them.
I figured that was where they were going with the Amazing Spider-Man after.
No, dude, you really,
dude. Yes, I absolutely do, because
dude, you really think they're gonna go for the Clone Saga after it's just
Emma Stone was signed on to do more films. The only way they can do that is if they clone Gwen Stacy.
You realize there's flashbacks.
Clone Gwen Stacy.
Please don't remind me of that bullshit that he did.
As long as the clone doesn't get impregnated by Norman Osborn, I'm fine with it.
That's how they were created in the first place.
Oh, it's time to play the goats.
Norman bangs Gwen. She gives birth. Norman kidnaps the babies, gives them drugs, and has them cloned after the mother.
Fun fact, those kids were supposed to be Peters, by the way.
They didn't fuck.
Yes, they did. Also, fun fact, later on, they retconned that so that Mysterio switched Gwen Stacy with a sex doll.
Ha!
Of course. By the way, Alex, like I said, I'm playing the goat.
Marvel, stop!
Not
Stop!
that goat.
Meh.
I'm playing the greatest game of all time.
Pong.
No.
The fact that you actually answered that. Do you know what pizza topping I want? Dead herring. No, bruh.
Heck. I know, immersions.
More comic book news. Batman the Animated Series creator Bruce Timm didn't care for the way Morbius was handled in Fox's Spider-Man cartoon, and the reason is personal. Damn, that hairline ain't helping you, bro.
Okay, so what should I name our protagonist?
Bitch.
I've been naming my name in Buckshot Roulette various combinations of Ninja, Gizmo, and Kevin. So,
the N-word.
Kidgmo would be a good one.
Nah. I could go with Senpai, but that would be repeating a joke. You know what?
Fuck me.
Nah. Now we already have dumb fucking Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask.
Okay.
You know what? I'm just gonna be basic.
Bob.
So one
Okay,
thing to
moving
note
on.
about this game is that it has better default facial animation than, say, a certain Kingdom Hearts game.
Yeah.
Dilbert creator Scott Adams dismantles DEI ideology, slams Democrats for using victimization as a tool for success.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, wake me when
Is he
there's
wrong?
news.
Wake me up before you go. Don't leave me hanging on like a yo-yo.
I want to listen when you hit that.
Higher and higher.
By the way, if
Break
anybody
on
has
my
ever read the Zelda manga by Akira Himikawa,
No.
let me just say they did a really good job with Twilight Princess. Like, holy shit. You gotta read the Zelda manga. It's
I believe you.
amazing.
I still smash it now.
Who wouldn't?
Midget or full size?
Both.
That is the correct answer.
Yes, that is fair.
You know it isn't fair? IGN scrambling back after they wrote Stellar Blade's protagonist as a doll sexualized by someone who's never seen a woman.
You can't spell ignorant without IGN.
IGN. They realized that.
So before we go on,
They realized that motion capture is a thing, right?
Yeah.
Eh?
I don't get it.
Anyways, I was trying to say, how do you got? So, did you guys ever experience Twilight Princess in any capacity?
Porn.
I've played it all the way through on Wii.
Aside from your search
Try to
history on
relax
Rule
your
34,
anus.
Gizmo.
Who ordered all this fucking anime titty?
I'll take that as you haven't played the game.
Yeah, I haven't played it.
Who ordered all this fucking anime titty?
I was more talking to Gizmo, but yeah.
Oh, sorry about that. My bad.
No, that's all right.
No, it's fine. It's just I'm basing Gizmo's silence and using the soundboard or as his answer.
All right, that makes sense.
So yeah, Damon, have you seen any of Twilight Princess?
Not really.
Oh, excuse me.
Hey!
Do any of you plan on getting Stellar Blade?
I've got a pre-order.
Probably.
Yeah,
I'm probably not gonna do that.
Pussy! No, I'm kidding.
Doesn't really interest me all that much.
You hate women? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, if you don't play the sexy game, you hate women.
If you hate the fact she's sexy, you hate women.
No, I don't hate that she's sexy.
You're
I'm
anti-breasts. You're anti-breasts.
You're tit-phobic. We're not actually riffing on you, Kevin. And we're
You're
riffing
ass-phobic.
We're riffing on the concept of this stupidity people have been engaging in.
Yeah, you see how stupid that sounds? The way we say that he's titty-phobic, he's beauty-phobic, he hates hot women. That's basically the same thing that IGN is doing.
The night is young.
Except they're shaming us because we think she looks hot.
Jesus Christ, who is this guy? I'm.
Speaking of
Ben, are you kidding me?
What did he say
happened?
now?
Mel Gibson's
What did
dead.
Ben say this time?
I'm not gonna say it until he says. Well, fuck you for spoiling that for me, then.
What did he say? That was such a spoiler.
Character
Don't worry
dies.
about it.
I feel like I should worry about it.
You know, you should worry about it as
If
well.
you-
Tommy
What do you mean? Yeah. When
Tallarico
did
sells
I
shit he doesn't
say
know.
I didn't care about MHA?
Is he talking about My Hero Academia again?
Yeah.
MHA stands for what else?
No, I know. No. I didn't hear. I didn't know that he was talking about MHA. Hey, that's the thing.
Why would you think I didn't care? Serious question.
Yeah, Benjamin.
You asked about spoilers. I thought that was for WrestleMania.
Oh, WrestleMania.
Hello, obligatory
Yes.
love interest who is not Zelda.
We've talked about this before, Ben.
No one talked to him about
I
how
pitched you a fucking All Might matchup that was really stupid.
What was he
Back when-
against?
No, I pitched a stupid All Might matchup for
Yeah.
like we were throwing around Death Battle matchup.
Yeah, I'm asking
and I
who you
threw
put him up
out-
against.
I thought you watched the anime. No, I've never watched the anime, aside
He's
from
only
the
read-
movies.
Yeah,
So-
he's read the manga.
I also saw the porn.
Yeah.
You know, the porn of Toru Hagakure is just a blank image.
Ironically, the art of her gets more explicit the more clothes she wears.
Yep. Funnily, and
You know that-
people complain about the fact that Horikoshi actually drew her
With
her
titties.
while censoring her, or with caution tape.
Oh, boo-hoo. They can't handle some titties from a fictional character.
No, they cannot. And they're like, "Oh, she's underage." I'm like,
Digital Lizzie, is that you?
"Yeah, yeah, that's what people like him have said."
You know what else is weird? Tommy Tallarico selling shit he doesn't own. Specifically,
Oh, he's doing that again?
Yeah, apparently he's selling sheet music from his previous gigs from Video Games Live.
Huh.
From the Legend of Zelda songs. The Zelda 25 piece.
Okay.
He's already
if he-
in
if
enough
he has
trouble.
the-
Why is he
If he has the physical sheet music, I can understand, and like you know, you could. But like,
He's already in enough trouble, though. Why would you sell shit that you know you don't own?
well, I presume that he's only because people sell sheet music all the time.
No, but they weren't his. Like he wasn't the one who wrote them.
Well, you don't have to. You don't have to write sheet music to be able to sell it.
No, but because okay, think about it like this: if you find out, if a dude finds out that there's a bottle of water that fucking Lizzie McGuire owned, he's gonna buy that. How much? Let's say fucking $1,000. It's not the fact that it's a bottle; it's the fact that Lizzie McGuire owned that bottle. I know that's not her real name. Shut up.
Yeah, Hillary Duff.
You know, Hillary Duff. There's a lot of stuff that celebrities own that are not exactly theirs, but they're selling. You know, like eye drops they used, a can of Coke they drank from, a crack pipe. You know, like a fucking pillow, cum rags. They'll buy anything that they use that aren't under their name. But Tommy Tallarico, he's outright just selling shit that he just doesn't own to begin with. That's the equivalent of, say, Sylvester Stallone selling Schwarzenegger's prosthetic eye from the first Terminator movie. You know that's not his.
I mean, I don't know.
It's
Hang on.
not his.
Oh.
Like in this scenario.
So this is based. Hang on. Hang the fuck on. Okay, so this is hello transcribed by. Hang on. Unauthorized performer result a medley or will a dispute. Talarico. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna have to look at this. Sorry for the people who are watching over on my side here. I need to go look at the news here because this is a story. This is something to see here. Selling arrangements he doesn't own. Created for video game live concert, which he doesn't own. Say sorry, not sorry. Okay, yeah. So here's the gist of it. So Laura Intravia, the person who created she created the Zelda 25th anniversary medley for VGL. And apparently, yeah, it's the overture based on Koji Kondo's original score, video game live level 3, arranged for VGL in 2011. Thank you, Tommy, for not updating your website. That's amazing. Okay.
Truly amazing.
So, okay, yeah. So Laura Intravia apparently found out. Yeah, there was a major symphony orchestra apparently that apparently licensed the piece from Tommy Tallarico. So okay, so this is one of those situations where at first it seems like it could be a little less sinister than you think, because if it was like the stage used sheet music from the actual show, that would be perfectly fine. That would be covered under like various things, because people sell props, people sell sheet music and stuff that was used on stage. Like people like there's whole things where like people sell guitar picks that were used on stage by certain guitarists, guitar strings that were used on stage, if they broke and got thrown away, all kinds of stuff like that. And yeah, I'm getting shot. Yeah, and so Tommy has this arrangement in his library, I'll betcha, and has transcribed, because Tommy is a good musician. If you haven't, and yeah, now I'm dead again. But yeah. So Tommy's a good enough musician to be able to transcribe this stuff by ear. So he probably, this is one of those cases where he could get into a lot of trouble, not only with Laura Intravia, he can get into a lot of trouble with the people that he licensed it to, and with Nintendo. So yeah, this is this ain't looking good for all Tommy.
Nope.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Especially since he's
if
still,
anybody,
especially
if
since
anybody-
he's still stuck in that what Amico fiasco.
yeah, the Intellivision Amico. Yeah. For anybody who wants to know more about that, go look up H Bomber Guy's video about Tommy Tallarico. Far be it from me to recommend an H Bomber Guy video. He after all, shilling anti-capitalism in it, but for the most part, his research is actually quite good. So, it's worth a watch. If nothing else, for the fact that it runs down all of the things, all the stupid things Tommy Tallarico has done over the years, and all of the things he's taken credit for without actually, having any reason to take credit for it, and having a bunch of easily provable, it being easily proven what his what the things are that he's done. Well, like you could do all kinds of stuff, anything but what he did, and would be smarter than what he did.
Yeah, kind of a shame.
Oh, I'm sorry, my good sir. There was just so much free money in that food. I just had to throw stuff.
Oh, yeah. Let's take a break from the news and look at the comic book universe battles character database, where we look at what's been added from characters to monsters to creatures to even entire worlds, areas, and universes. And the most recent addition we have here is Comet Guy from Darkwing Duck,
Okay.
Kaguya Jingu from Under Night in Birth, Yuzuriha from Under Night in Birth, Hadern from King of Fighters, Gurney Halleck from Dune,
Okay.
Scar King from Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire,
Awesome.
Shimo from Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire,
Is that
Garaka,
the white lizard creature?
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
nice one.
Okay.
Garaka from Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire,
Okay.
Samantha Kane from A Long Kiss Goodnight, Risky Boots from the Shantae series, Snakeweed from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
I don't remember that character.
the 3D show.
Oh, well, that explains it.
Which one?
The 3D cartoon.
The 2012 show?
The only one that was 3D.
Okay, then.
Max Cooper from Power Rangers Wild Force.
I like the way that Link looks at narrows his eyes at the cat. He's like, that motherfucker just stole my dinner.
Suko from Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire.
Is that
The
the little
Minicom.
guy?
Yep.
Okay.
Crossbreeds from Blood and Honey.
From
Yes.
Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Yeah, they made a sequel too.
Okay.
Dr. Buddy Rydell from Anger Management.
Okay.
Zeku from Street Fighter V.
Guys,
TR.
This is part of the reason why this is the greatest game of all time. You can
Oh, yeah?
actually pick up and pet the dog.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember that.
TR Edwards from Robotech. Byakuo from Plasma Sword, Nightmare of Bilstein. Split Face from Power Rangers Samurai. Kind of horrifying, actually. Power Glide from the Transformers series. Nemesis from the Transformers series. Watt from the Real Ghostbusters.
Okay.
Oroku Hiroto from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. I just said.
No. Oh, you paused before I said from what? But then you answered. Or before I could finish my sentence.
Samael, the Desolate One from Hellboy.
Yes, the one that splits into two every time he dies.
Lol, no, that's not.
No, that actually is some like he can resurrect himself, but Rasputin and put in the every time he dies, he comes back with two.
Yes. General Craig from Invincible.
Krieg, but yes.
He's got 2 G's, so I'm whatever. And finally, Stripe from Gremlins.
Hey.
Hey. Hey.
They also redone the website in its entirety, so if you want to take a look and see how different it looks now,
Sweet.
you can go ahead. And
by the way, Damon, before you continue, Damon, what do you make of Twilight Princess on the Wa? Or the Wa?
Oh, well, I don't really have much of an opinion, so.
Yeah, but based on what you're likely seeing right now.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
All right, Mr. Hawk, I'm gonna send you flying into that beehive.
Oh god.
And the current matchups for today are Crossbreeds versus Dr. Buddy Rydell versus Zeku, Evil Lyn versus the Invisible Woman, Apocalypse and Super Skrull and Kang the Conqueror versus Martian Manhunter and Red Tornado and the Vision, Kaguya Jingo and Yuzurihira and Hayern versus Snakeweed and Max Cooper and Suko, Gamera versus the Arbiter. Oh wait, no, Gamora versus the Arbiter, Jax versus Raven from Tekken, Gurney, Halleck, and Scar King and Shimo versus Garaka and Samantha Kane and Risky Boots, Z-Core,
hang on. Risky Boots?
Yes.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna have to look that up because I've been spacing out for a little bit here.
Risky Boots is from Shantae.
Oh, Risky Boots from Shantae. Okay. Damn.
Okay. Z-Core, Zyko, versus the Dragon Ball Universe, and the final matchup that's in the top right now is Lion-O and Leo from Red Earth and Gato the Lion versus Tigra and Shenlong the Tiger. Yeah, they can get really wacky when it comes to the four-man free-for-all or triple threats. Oh, and that contest is still up for grabs if you want to sign up for it. And back to the news. Retro emulators are now coming to iPhone's App Store.
Possibly.
Too little too late, though. No one's buying fucking Apple products anymore. You want the new AirPods? They're cost $1,000.
Oh, yeah. By the way, have you seen that apparently they've filed a patent to have a screen on the AirPods case?
Of course they did.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, okay, cool. What the fuck do I do with it?
I saw somebody post a thing saying, and I've lived long enough to see the full life cycle of the iPod Nano, the full breeding cycle of the iPod Nano. Because now they're basically turning everything into a fucking phone now.
Yes. Also, one thing I have to say, Everyone remember that meme about the iPhone, about shit not being in the box when it came to iPhone?
Yeah.
You don't even get the charger in the box. Oh, the next iPhone, you don't even get the iPhone, you just get the box. The next iPhone, you don't even get the box.
That, you know what? That would be hilarious.
You know what's not hilarious? Double Dragon Studio wanted to make a new Golden Axe game in their style.
I'm my balls, girl.
Are my balls! The same guys behind Double Dragon Gaiden wanted to make a new Golden Axe game in their style.
Oh, by the way,
Dude,
Gizmo,
imagine how cool that would have been.
Yeah, it probably would have been cool. By the way, Gizmo, one bit you missed. This was the various iconic quotes in Ninja Slayer on April Fool's Day.
Oh yeah.
Alex,
What?
tell him.
Bet and bet
Um,
and bet and bet.
What are the quotes?
Okay, so there were a few. Jesus Christ, man.
He's not here right now.
there were a few. God, what was the one? There were a couple. Well, I don't even remember them anymore.
One of them was for us looking over at Nancy Lee being like, she's dangerous, but those are some crazy ass titties.
Yeah, that's a fucking line.
And I'm sure Gizmo would agree with him and call him based.
Yes.
The guy even said that he was gonna make Nancy his wife. All right, small children, I have gotten the slingshot.
And
Yes.
more good news. CEX is launching its own repair service for retro consoles.
Okay.
That when they mean retro consoles, they mean all. You know this, right? Not just PlayStation, Xbox, Sega. They also mean Atari. They also mean handhelds like Wonder Swan. It's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, but those have existed for a long time.
Right, but this is an entire website dedicated to fixing retro consoles. Usually you have to go to a local store that specializes in retro consoles to see if they're able to fix it. Now it's an entire website. That's actually pretty cool. And the following stuff they're able to repair are, as listed, the Sega Dreamcast, the Jaguar CD, Sega Saturn Model 1 and 2, the Genesis, the 32X, Sega Multi-Mega, Sega Mega Drive CD, Model 1 and 2, Master System 2, Genesis Model 2, Atari Lynx 2, and Game Gear.
Oh, Alex.
I'm not
It's
gonna
like-
beer it. I'm just gonna handsaw.
I'm gonna be honest. One of the quotes that has decided to recently stick with me from Ninja Slayer is like, "Release
right.
the man-eating lions."
Yeah.
Before
Okay.
later, or then him being like, "Is that so? Then release huge shuriken." Huge what?
Okay, I'm gonna ask.
the Kraken.
It's a PNG of an.
I'm gonna
octopus.
ask you guys. I'm gonna ask each of you guys this question. What are one of your favorite characters in video games? Like one off the top of your head.
Besides the guy that I'm
Sonic.
playing as.
Sure. What was
Sonic
yours,
the
Alex?
Sonic the Hedgehog. We'll go with that.
DJ.
Sorry, I got nothing.
What's your favorite video game character?
Oh,
Top of your head, favorite video game character?
favorite video game character. That's a tough one.
First one that comes to mind.
Well, I'd probably say Falco Lombardi.
Okay.
Maybe Luigi.
Kevin?
Hmm?
Favorite video game character?
That's hard to say. I'll have to
Top
get
of your
back to you. I'll have to get back to you on that one.
Top of your head.
I said I'll have to get back to you on that one.
Okay.
Just count him as Link.
Monkey.
Well, there's a reason why I asked you this, and the characters you said, Sonic, Falco, they're recognizable in some way or another. Some people would even say your picks are some of the more recognizable. Period. Right? Sonic.
50-50.
Everyone knows who Sonic is. Everyone knows Falco as long as they played Smash or a Star Fox game. Right? We have just been given a list that declares who are the most iconic video game characters, and these are the top 20 from 20 above. Number 20, Nathan Drake. Number 19.
I'm already not on board with this.
Believe me, you won't be once you know who just number one.
Oh, number 1 made international news.
Number 19, Ellie Williams from The Last of Us.
Okay, that's already bullshit. Ellie Williams has 2 games, and one of them is terrible. And you know what? Nathan Drake has 4 games. 2 of them suck. One of them sucks slightly less than the other, but the other 2 are some of the best games ever fucking made.
Yes, 5.
Ellie does not have enough personality to be able to be considered more iconic than the effervescent and fucking charisma magnet that is Nathan Drake. Nathan Drake is fucking amazing. He's a great character. I'd like to sit down and talk to him.
Tell me how you really feel.
Ellie is a miserable fucking bitch in The Last of Us 2.
So I'm gonna ask just out of my own sick curiosity, to hold the rants just until number 1. Number 18, Kazuma Kiryu from the Yakuza series.
Okay, no.
Number 17.
Kazuma is a big character, but he's not more important than Nathan Drake.
Number 17, Asterion from Baldur's Gate 3.
Who?
Think the elf guy?
See, hang on. You said
Asterion. Astarion.
Asterion. Oh, he's the guy who's on the cover. Baldur's... Hang on.
Yep,
Baldur's Gate 3 came out last year. How is... He came out last year. How is he...
Number 16.
Hang on. How is he more iconic than Nathan Drake, Kazuma Kiryu, and Ellie Williams?
It gets a little more bizarre as we go. So, like, hold it in like you just ate a bunch of barbecue. Number 6.
Just ate at Taco Bell.
Thank you for that. Number 16, Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII.
Okay, I already know this is bullshit because Cloud is that low.
Number 15, Crash Bandicoot. You know where. Number
Crash
4.
Bandicoot from PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale.
No, it's Crash Bandicoot from the Cash Banuka series.
From the Guy game. Number 14, Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, hang on. I know this. I know that one. First off, bullshit. Second off, I seem to recall that they used a picture of Big Boss.
Number 13, Steve from Minecraft. I can hear your teeth grinding as I say that name. Number 12, Pikachu from Pokemon.
Steve from Minecraft. More iconic than Okay, I can see him being more iconic than Drake. More than Cloud? No?
It gets a little weirder considering nobody knows that Steve has a name to begin with.
Well, people...
Number 11, Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2.
He's been in one game, motherfucker.
Number 10, Shadowheart from Baldur's Gate 3. Oh, 2 for 2. We're in the top 10s now. Number 9, Kratos from God of War. They don't specify which one.
More than Pikachu. And Cloud Strife.
Number 8, Master Chief from the Halo series.
Okay, I buy that.
Number 7, Link from The Legend of Zelda.
Oh, my guy ended up getting
More
on here.
more than Pikachu.
Here's where it gets weirder as we are nearing the top 5. Number 6, Pac-Man.
Okay.
That's low. That's real low.
Yeah, you for anyone who doesn't for anyone who's wondering why that's a big deal, put it this way: if your parents don't know who the hell Mario or Sonic is, they'll at least know who Pac-Man is. They'll at least know who Pac-Man is. And Pac-Man's been around since maybe the late 70s, early 80s too. Number 5. Get a load of this. Sackboy from the Little Big Planet series.
Okay, no, hang on. Out of all of the characters on PlayStation, Sackboy above Kratos, Crash Bandicoot, and Nathan Drake. Ellie Williams is more. Ellie Williams is more iconic than fucking Sackboy. Sackboy has 3 games and a couple of spin-offs, and frankly, like, nobody thinks about him. He's not one of those mascots. He's not more important than fucking Pac-Man, Pikachu, and Link.
Well, keep in mind, these are the most iconic video game characters. Number 4, Sonic the Hedgehog. Here's where this list loses me. Number 3. Number 3, Agent 47 from the Hitman series.
Well, for a second there, Gizmo, I thought number 3 was going to be this mysterious individual called.
I'll throw you.
So, hang on. That's bullshit. Agent
Above Sonic.
47, above Sonic, above fucking Pac-Man, above Cloud Strife. There's a lot of people out there who don't even know what Agent 47's name is. They just see him as like, oh, that's the bald guy.
Yeah, exactly. Why I think this list is weird.
I know people who call him Hitman because they haven't learned his name.
Yeah, the Hitman. Like, I'm not gonna get
Hitman.
I'm not gonna get
Hitman. Stand aside.
to number 2 because number 1 is the most surprising. So I'm gonna give you some. I'm gonna give you guys some time to guess who number 1 is.
Oh, I already know number 1. You don't have to make me guess.
Okay, number 2 is Mario from the Super Mario series.
Yeah, that's fucking bullshit.
Number 1 is Lara Croft from the Tomb Raider series. Number 1 is Lara Croft. Number 1 is Lara Croft.
Number 1 is Lara Croft.
That debuted on the goddamn Sony PlayStation and hasn't had a good game since the remakes.
Since the first remake game, by the way.
No,
arguable, I'll say the second remake. think was okay.
No, I stand by what I said. I stand by what I said. That's not Lara Croft. That's her sister that no one cares about.
I don't know. It's her sister, not portrayed by Angelina Jolie.
I know what I goddamn said. That's her redheaded stepchild of a sister.
So yeah, no, this list is fucked up. Who voted on this, by the way? That was the BAFTAs, right?
That was the BAFTAs.
That
And
was
I
the
don't
BAFTAs.
know.
The BAFTAs don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Here's what's funnier though. They just say Tomb Raider they just say Lara Croft from the Tomb Raider series. How many of you think that when they said Lara Croft, they were thinking of the remake and not the original?
I don't even fucking know.
And the fact that people are like, oh, Asterion is the most iconic. Iconic. No, we're not talking about your favorite.
Any characters who debuted in the last 2 years should not be... Hey, there we go. Any characters who debuted in the last 2 years should be disqualified.
It depends on the game, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I think it depends on the game, but I get what you're saying. Because, like, look, Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, like, what, 3-4 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what was it? The Baldur's Gate 3 came out, like, a couple years ago? And what, Kratos just got his...
Baldur's Gate 3 literally came out last year.
Last year, okay.
Oh, before you continue, Gizmo, that bird I just bought the lamp oil from, if you
What
do
bird?
not pay... This one right here.
What bird?
There's a bird with an afro. Oh, in this game.
He's got a bird fro going on.
I'm not. What are you talking? I don't even look.
Yeah, Gizmo's
Anyway,
not watching your end.
I don't want.
There's this bird that has a shop that sells both red potion and lamp oil. If you don't pay the bird attacks you.
I'm oil rope. Rope to hang yourself. What? Lara Croft and with Agent 47 right above Sonic the Hedgehog. What that like? Okay,
Sonic and Mario, who just had a big time movie come out this fucking
couldn't make
well,
100?
not this year, but like last year, you know.
You couldn't make 100, top 100, maybe top 50. That would have made more sense. Why Agent 47 or Lara Croft or Kratos or Master Chief would be in here? Shadowheart. It makes more sense if they were in a top 50, top 100. You know what I'm saying? But like seeing Agent 47 above Sonic the Hedgehog, who the hell doesn't know who Sonic the Hedgehog is? Bootleg merchandise, the movies, the video games.
Yeah, Sonic and Mario have had
the
two
fucking
good
merch,
movies.
The action figures.
Have each had one good movie apiece recently, and Sonic 1 was good too, but that's beside the point. We're talking about recent stuff, right?
Yeah.
Now, Sonic, of course, you'd think that would make it more. Like, Sonic and Mario would then become, even bumped up the list even further. Nah, man. We don't roll like that here at the BAFTAs. Here at the BAFTAs, we award awards for video games, and then we don't actually know anything about video games. Aren't they the British... Hang on, the BAFTA...
Yeah.
Let me look up what the BAFTAs are. BAFTA. British Academy of Film and Television Arts. I'd think that video games would be outside of their, remit.
This is the equivalent of... What?
Like, because the BAFTAs aren't a video game thing. The BAFTAs are
or a pop culture.
Academy of Film and Television Arts. Video games aren't film or television.
Yeah, they could care less about video games. They sound like the kind of people who will wonder why we're watching kids' cartoons and we're in the middle of a slice of life 3 minutes scene in an anime where 3 minutes afterwards there's going to be a zombie attack.
No, it's the British Academy Game Awards.
Of course it's British.
It's a
Who
it's
in
a
Britain
fucking
Who in Britain is gonna say that Agent 47 is more iconic than fucking Sonic the Hedgehog?
Oh, by the way,
No.
okay, fine.
Okay, what?
So
50-50, okay.
Good answer.
So, Alex, how do you feel about the Wii widening the aspect ratio of Twilight Princess to 16:9?
Well, the Wii... So it's not so much that they widen the aspect ratio as much as it is that they... So, it's still the same... Like, it's just widening the aspect ratio. It's not like they stretched it out, you know?
Okay, so at the very least, it's natural 16:9.
Yeah. In fact, you can do that
Unlike-
with certain emulators.
Unlike the orange bricks.
Dino Crisis.
When are we going to get that remade on the RE engine? For fuck's sake, Capcom. The money-making machine is right fucking there. Do it or no ball.
Oh, they don't like dinosaurs anymore.
Dino Crisis has been one of the most talked about
Bullshit, they
games
don't
in
like
recent
dinosaurs.
Capcom. Exo Primal. But Dino Crisis has been one of the most talked about games in recent Capcom surveys.
Yeah, and that's
Good.
because people want to see the RE engine and make that.
Well, Dino Crisis and Mega Man have been two of the most talked about games, right next to Dead Rising, Monster Hunter, Devil May Cry, Okami, Darkstalkers, and God Hand. Oh, cool! People are
And
still.
here's the thing: people kind of forget that the RE engine and really made like a lot of games look very good, but like, and graphics wise, of course. Like, Alex, you saw RE2 remake, right?
Oh yeah, it looks great.
Oh yeah, it looks really good.
Would have been even
Yeah, and
better if they'd
especially-
have actually put all of the content from the first game in there, or from the original game in there.
Yes,
Here's
Like-
the thing: sometimes
like the hidden costumes.
Yeah, because
Oh, wait.
the Resident Evil 1 remake added all the content in, and it's inexcusable for the sequel to not be like that. But hey, I wish they'd have remade Resident Evil 2 back in the fucking Xbox 360 days. Or, hell, the GameCube days.
Yankee was still around.
I preferred that over Resident Evil 0, to be perfectly honest.
when we all
Add a 3 right in front of that 0 because Final Fantasy VI is now officially 30 years old.
Crazy.
and Final Fantasy VI still can't get a proper remake.
Some good news: Johnny Somali got released,
And
even though he was.
oh yeah, I remember her. Johnny Somali got released, and then he went to
And
fucking
he got arrested.
Israel and started perving on a female cop
I mean, good taste.
in public while he was recording.
Yeah, good taste notwithstanding, I think he just should have shut the fuck up when he had the chance.
Yeah.
Like, dude, seriously, if the Yakuza outright threatened you to shut the fuck up and leave Japan, you know you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, dude, if you got threatened by the Yakuza, got your ass beat by other foreigners, got your ass beat by a majority of the Japanese population, and you're still fucking around and not caring to find out, that's like loading your gun with bullets and it's like, I should let my intrusive thoughts take over me. I wonder how it feels for the bullets to go in my brain. It's like, dude, You should know what it feels like.
Yeah.
You fucking idiot.
Not gonna think about that.
Deck 9 devs accuse former CCO of love bombing misconduct. This is
okay.
this
You're
is
gonna
the-
have to explain that to me because I'm not entirely sure or what the hell that is.
A recent report from multiple sources that Deck 9 Games have accused former Chief Creative Officer Zach Garris of allegedly love bombing and other vague behaviors. The report from IGN, of course, tells accounts from Deck 9 devs who allegedly experienced toxicity working on games such as Life is Strange, True Colors. Why am I not surprised? In particular,
That
the
Life is
accusation.
Strange. Life
True
is
Colors.
Strange is bad.
The only good thing to come out the only good thing to come out of that was the porn
There's porn of that.
and the cosplay. In particular, the accusations against Zach Garris attempt to paint him as a man who exploited his position to get close to women he held a position of power over. However, these accusations hardly seem to go any further than accusing him of having a bad vibe, and none make mention of any actual harassment or wrongdoing. One employee recounted her experience after Garris offered to escort her to her vehicle, saying, "He would walk me to my car, I'd open the door, say goodbye, and it sort of lingered. We keep talking, I'd sit down, he'd linger again next to the open door. He never made a particularly overt move. It was always subtle enough. It felt like it was maybe always just a vibe that I was getting. I felt stupid, first of all, for ending up in the situation with him in the first place. But because he never clearly made a move, maybe I was just reading too much into the whole thing. It wasn't until I explained it in great detail to others that someone clued me in. Others who accused Garris of hosting women at his home. Garris replied saying that he met both men and women at his home and repeated an explanation from Telltale's games that it wasn't uncommon for home meetings during the COVID-19 pandemic. Despite allegedly bringing women back into his home on multiple occasions, none of the accusations in the IGN report go as far as to accuse him of any explicit misconduct, only saying that he would text women after hours about personal topics. In response to this, Telltale Games, who worked with Garris, defended his character, saying, "We can say that during this time at Telltale, Zach was one of the most talented, balanced, and inclusive game directors we have ever worked with, and that is evident in the games that he has delivered." Sure, buddy. The alleged behavior of Zach Garris is only one part of the rumored toxic iceberg at Deck 9, but it's unique for its severe accusations. The last Deck 9 title with Zach Garris as director was Life is Strange True Colors.
Okay.
Interesting.
So, what else were you going to say there, Kevin?
So, Alex, this kid is telling me if I'd had that wooden sword yesterday, I could have handled it all alone. Definitely. I'm like,
Try to relax your anus.
Are you sure about that?
Let me tell you something. I, as in the character that I'm playing as right now, am an experienced swordsman, and with likely years of training far beyond your expertise, and you were playing around with a small kendo practice sword.
Does he have the power of God and anime at his side?
No, he's not nearly.
Loud
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't nearly have as much body odor, or to exude that energy. Unfortunately, if I say no, I can't get past him. Fine, if I give you my wooden sword, will you shut the fuck up?
But doesn't he know? 2 + 2 is 4. -1, that's 3 quick maths.
2 + 2 is 4. 2 + 2 is 4. I was making a Simpsons reference.
Yeah, I don't know that reference.
Have you not seen that part?
No.
Sick.
Yuji Naka accuses Dragon Quest producer Yu Miyake of lying in court.
Okay.
Sonic the Hedgehog co-creator Yuji Naka returned to social media after months of silence, now making accusations against Square Enix producer Yu Miyake. The ex-Sega and ex-Square Enix producer returned to Twitter, sharing a report that Miyake, longtime producer on Dragon Quest, is stepping down. Alongside his resharing of the story comes allegations from Naka. Naka accused Miyake of lying in court via falsified evidence, a reference presumably to the ongoing insider trading scandal Naka had been involved with. Miyake, head of Square Enix's Dragon Quest, moves on to leverage online mobile games. I'm glad to finally say it, Naki said. I was hoping he would be gone as soon as he is the kind of person who would submit a memo with lies as evidence to a court of law. I've never met him, but the new Square Enix president might be a good man. Miyake joined Square Enix way back in 1990 and quickly became the head of the entire Dragon Quest franchise. The new report suggests he's stepping down in response to Dragon Quest 12 being repeatedly delayed, only to now lead Square Enix's mobile games. Naka was a longtime Sega producer until he left the company and formed Studio Probe. They developed a number of independent games through Naka, eventually joined up with Square Enix in 2015 to make Balan Wonderworld.
Oh, yeah. That fucking game.
Yeah, while the allegations seem almost bizarre, Miyake would presumably have been consulted with on the investigation into Naka's alleged insider trading. Later, Naka was arrested on allegations of insider trading at Square Enix in November 2022. At the time, it was claimed that Naka was given rather inside information on Japanese studio Aiming, who got hired to make a new Dragon Quest mobile game before it was officially announced. Naka was arrested a second time for insider trading. Allegations that time focused on the producer and learning of Square making a final Final Fantasy VII smartphone spin-off. Final Fantasy VII: The First Soldier via A-Team Entertainment.
Ooh. There we go. Blech.
Buck Slaying's sequel game, Kill It With Fire 2, launches this month.
Okay.
The Mummy is returning to theaters to celebrate 25 years.
Hell yeah.
Imhotep. 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 Imhotep.
Are you a homosexual?
Imhotep.
I am under the impression that particular soundbite is from King of the Hill, the one where they ask, are you a homosexual?
What about it?
I'm like, is that from King of the Hill?
Yes.
Okay, good. I think because I thought I recognized that voice. What was his name though?
Dale.
Dale, thank you. Oh, I was like, is it Dale? I don't know.
DL site temporarily blocks major Western payment processors. We all know why.
Oh, this wasn't here before.
That's a thing.
Get over here.
Now, what business is of yours if I want to pay for some fucking hentai? Fucking Christ, man. They're making a 5th Matrix movie. God almighty.
Yeah, that's interesting. Go ahead and read the details off of that, because I'm pretty sure it's stupid last time I checked.
A new report has confirmed not only is a new Matrix movie in the works, it will be the first film in the franchise not directed by the Wachowskis. The new
so
scoop,
that means it might have a chance of being good.
The new scoop confirms Drew Goddard is writing and directing the new Matrix movie, though plot details are being kept hidden on the Warner Brothers did say, though, Goddard approached them with a new take to extend the franchise. What does that mean?
I'm stupid.
Goddard is known as both a writer and a director, and director, and has worked on The Martian, The Cabin in the Woods, World War Z, and even more. Monster movie Cloverfield.
World
The original
War Z,
Matrix came out just. Drew came to Warner Brothers with a new idea, and we all would believe it'd be incredible to continue the Matrix world by both honoring what Lana and Lily began over 25 years ago and offering a unique perspective based on this town in love with cancer.
Well, they weren't Lana and Lily back then, but...
That's weird. I'm a furry, and I was chained up now. That's
Never
not good.
unchain the night. Tell me that
Alex.
your love is gone. Never unchain the night. Yes?
Alex, I don't know how to feel about my character being turned into a furry by entering another dimension and...
Turning furry knees, I think I'm turning furry knees, I think I really think so.
Oh, hi, Midna. AKA the best Zelda sidekick.
Turning furry knees, I think I'm turning furry knees, I really think so.
A new game has been announced for PC gamers called Inkobini. Basically, it's
well, this game really wanted me to notice that Midna was, even in her midget form, is thick.
It's set in the 1990s Japan convenience store, and what it looks like is a slice of life bodega simulator, but it's for Japan's konbini.
Okay.
Instead, yeah, it looks pretty fun. PO'd Definitive Edition has been announced, and it'll be coming to Steam, GOG, and Xbox One.
Sweet.
Let's see. There's 15 achievements. Really? Just 15? Okay. There's localization. There's 16 types of enemies. There's widescreen support.
Just under
Customized. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Oh, and it's also going to be on Switch, PS4, and PS5. Okay, here's some more controversial news. Following sexual misconduct accusations, X-Men Grand Design creator Ed Piskor passes away from apparent suicide.
Huh. Oh yeah. Saw that.
Basically someone falsely accused him of something he didn't do, and he decided to off himself because too many people were going up against him, including the people he worked with and as well as his friends, as well as Ethan Van Sciver.
Yeah, come on, man.
And then it wasn't until he died that he said, "Oh, I'm sorry." Yeah, fuck you.
Come on. Stop doing stupid things, Ethan. I don't ask for much.
Apparently this was too much. Government broadcaster Radio Canada accuses Sweet Baby Inc. detective Steam Curator Group, creator of Cabrutus, of leading a cyber harassment campaign. Doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't.
Does not work that way.
Well, I didn't play this very smart at all.
Alex.
Yeah?
So, how do you feel about the Midna?
Oh, she's pretty good.
What about you, Gizmo? How do you feel about her? Or aside from your comments of wanting to smash her, whether she's a midget or whether she's, her actual self?
Smash.
How much smashing?
I break the bed.
So death by snoo snoo?
Yes.
Hold on a sec. Let me see. Do we still have that?
What are we playing Friday?
My snoo snoo!
Yep, there we go. Been a while since we used that. Now, Alex, how do you feel about Wolf Link?
He's a good boy.
Well, He's you, but a furry.
Yes.
That seems a tad biased.
Yes. All right.
By the way, Gizmo, in
I win.
in our viewing of Samurai Jack season 5, episodes 1 through 5, we ended up meeting the quote unquote good boy.
Oh yeah.
Alex, how did you feel about how that show's good boy?
He's a good boy. I wish he would have gone on more adventures with Jack. Oh, god damn it.
Okay, so do you feel that that the piercings on the wolf kind of take away from the design, or no?
Oh, I think he's all right.
Okay then. What about you, Gizmo?
No.
Okay, so best MHA girl.
Titties.
So Yaoyorozu?
Yes. I don't know. I like them all, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah. Okay, Midna, whatever you say.
I'm gonna reckon on half and half here. I didn't get a good look at it. Beer. Good reckoning. Saw it off. Now, probably... Damn it!
You remember when they had the Wolf Link amiibo, Alex?
Yes, I own it.
So, you do know what that amiibo gets you in Twilight Princess HD, right?
No fucking clue. Come on, come
Okay,
on.
so
Yes, there we go.
it essentially gets you to a whole dungeon. But that whole dungeon is basically like the gauntlet area in Arbiter's, rather in the desert.
Okay.
Only you have to do the entirety of it with Wolf Link.
I was thinking that you were gonna be shooting yourself there, but... You know, whatever. I don't even remember how
You know,
many
Alex,
there are.
a lot of
we were
people...
done.
Some people have imagined that that Link would essentially, in terms of their headcanon voice, Link would essentially have the voice of one certain Bosch.
It's almost 50-50. Actually, yeah, so it's just below 50-50. So... I'm gonna steal the, I'm gonna steal the phone.
What is Gizmo streaming?
I don't think Gizmo, are you streaming something? Third Shell Live.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not live. I'm not that kind of live.
Oh, Third Shell is live. Oh, you're putting, this City of Heroes?
Yep.
Okay. Gizmo's playing City of Heroes, but he doesn't want to share it with you guys.
That's because I'm not live.
Okay, besides Midna, favorite Zelda sidekick.
Third shell is live. Okay, so in order, Navi, Tattle, and Fi at the top.
Why do you unironically like Fi? Or not
Fi.
Fi,
Fi.
Navi. Navi, I should have
Why would I not like Navi?
because Navi is fucking annoying.
No, she's not.
She-
It's a skill
she's
issue.
the female.
Is. How is it a skill issue when you hear her all the damn time?
Look
Skill
here.
issue.
Look, listen.
You know, some people made Team 4-Star when they were
damn.
playing Arkham Knight. They ended up making jokes that Joker basically turned into Navi from Ocarina of Time.
Why are
Hey,
you
listen.
stealing my beer? I was gonna say, this would be so fucking hilarious if he just shot himself right now. But he did. I don't... Well, that's nice. At least
my
want to win
dad
double or nothing one more time before we leave for the night.
You know, my dad ended up calling the dragon creatures in Twilight Princess,
What?
specifically in the Twilight variant, and he referred to them as the Muckla
Third shell
Giant.
live. Okay.
He and both my sisters, and I'm like, what is the Muckla Giant? My dad tried to tell me it was from, I think, History of the World, but there is no mention of the Muckla Giant in that movie.
Third round
Oh,
live.
yeah.
Third round live. History of the World. We should watch History of the World. Part 1.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Yeah,
Maybe
is
it's
a
in
good
History
movie.
of the World Part 2. I've heard good things about that.
But History of the World Part 2 never came out.
Yes, it did.
So Jews in Space was real.
Yes, there we go.
Notice how you didn't answer my question.
Hang on. So, History of the World 2 is actually an anthology television series.
Of course it is. Instead of it being a movie as promised.
Oh, Johnny Knoxville plays Grigory Rasputin. That's fucking amazing.
That's hilarious. Hey, what's up? My name is Roz, also known as Rasputin, Grigory Rasputin.
Jack Black is Joseph Stalin.
Oof.
Oh, that's gotta be a riot.
Stop stalling time.
Do I shoot myself or do I shoot him? Questions. I want to get to that
All these
third round.
all
Third
these-
round's live.
and more will be revealed next time on Spider-Man the Animated Series.
Wait a minute.
Spider blood. No. First it goes
Spider
spider blood.
Oh, fuck it, it's 50-50.
Radioactive spider blood.
There we go.
Oh, hi, Zelda. I mean, mysterious woman.
That's not
Oh,
how
hi,
that goes.
Zelda. When did you get here?
Oh, hi, Vault Hunter.
You know, funnily enough, in the Twilight Princess manga, it's revealed that Midna and Zelda would often chat with each other through this pool in Hyrule Castle. Well,
Okay.
when it was apparently forbidden, and for those of the Realm of Light to chat with those in the Realm of Twilight.
I'll be back.
And I'm like, Midna not exactly a bad person. She's just very mischievous.
Yes.
You say that as you're the Twilight Princess, Midna.
Do you want to hear my Twilight Princess story?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so, I was going through the games section at my local Walmart and looking for something for the 3DS. I don't remember what it was. Along comes a tweenage girl and her mother, and the tweenage girl wants to buy a Monster High video game for the Wii. I say, hey, is like, they ask me, you know, do you work here? And I say, no, but I can still help you find what you're looking for. Or like, what are you after? Or so, and they're like, well, we want to, you know, is this game any good? And I was like, and I said, no, and I handed them a copy of Twilight Princess instead. And I said, here. And then, and the mother was like, oh, that's cool. She likes Twilight.
Okay, then.
I just smiled and walked away. I hope that girl went on to become a pro gamer.
Okay. Oh, and Alex, one thing
Uh-huh.
to note is that among the various characters that I've seen for headcanon voices, you'll never guess who somebody ended up casting for Zant.
Who?
Vic.
Okay. That's an interesting choice. I'm not gonna say it's a bad choice, because it's not. It's just... Huh. I wouldn't have thought about that.
He'd sound downright sinister.
Yeah.
Plus, he could actually fit the higher pitched parts of Zant's voice.
Yes.
And they could just, you know, add like a filter over his voice for when he wears the mask. Not every evil bad guy voice has to be super deep and menacing.
Yes.
That's kind of how people were not too pleased with the fact that in Jujutsu Kaisen's dub, they got Nicholas Roy to voice a character voiced by Takahito Koyasu. Because it's like, if they just wanted somebody who could do an impression of that, they would have gotten that. But no, they're voice actors, not voice impressionists. They often do this thing called their own take on the character. Know what I mean?
Yes.
And so, Midna, why do you look... At first I thought, I was like, Midna, why do you look like your mind's blown? You've seen Zelda's face before, but then I'm like, no, wait, never mind. I mean, never mind, you were just being thrown back by Link.
It's one of those,
Midna.
So the second shell is blank. It's one of those things where you can get multiple meanings from what the characters are doing.
Yeah. And I feel like I'm like, Midna, sure, you might be able to live in this, but people like Zelda and others can't. They can't live as spirits wandering around in Twilight until they eventually get consumed themselves.
That was a good choice on my part there. It was ultimately a guess, but it was a good choice. The next shell is blank. And he just bearded out of there.
Bearded? That's a interesting choice in verbs.
Yeah, that means that he took a beer, drank it, and for some reason that means that... Okay, so he got 1 health point back and he lost it immediately. So, beering it means that he drank a beer and that let him rack the shotgun for some reason. Alright, 50-50.
Okay,
Cell phone time.
So funnily enough,
Fourth shell
of
is
the
blank.
involvement of Ganondorf in Twilight Princess was kept a complete secret from like any of the box art or and marketing and whatnot. And
Yeah,
Alex,
that was a good decision.
because nobody was really expecting Ganondorf to be in this game, but then and the Wii U box art outright spoils it.
Yeah.
That's because at this point everyone's already known about it.
Right, beer.
I know, but it just
It's like-
seems
It's like,
a bit. It seems a bit of an unorthodox decision.
Right, but again, everyone has already heard about it and
Hear it
at this
again.
point already knew about it.
Alright. So now I'm gonna steal the polarity shifter.
Zero Kelvin.
And now
The
I win.
names.
So now I'm a vicious man-eating wolf.
Oh,
Or I'm sorry, a man-eating good boy.
I'll move on to the next round. Alright, he's got 2 saws and adrenaline shot. Like I said, that is the most busted looking EpiPen I've ever seen. It's 50-50. It's 50-50, so I'm just gonna shoot him. Nope, okay. Bad move. He's gonna saw it off and shoot at me because he thinks... Damn it. Well,
About to feel the wrath of good boy the wolf. Ow.
I'm probably gonna call it a night now.
All right. Well, I guess I'll just save then. So next time on Twilight Princess, we will be finding out a bit more of why we are still wolves. Until then, toodles.
I'm going to say the N-word.
We're done.
The you are.
Bye, everybody.